All right. Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is the third session of the Hell's Heart campaign, our 17th century Age of Sail Lamentations of the Flame Princess campaign. So, um, actually, what I'll do is I'll just real quickly go through and because we do have a few new players, so I'll let everybody real quick. You can say your name, say your character's name, and we'll go from there. So, Andrew.
I am playing Simon Silvers, a superstitious sailor that practices magic.
Excellent. Clay.
I'm playing Dominic, just a sailor tagging along and following this ragged crew.
Excellent. So, Dom, you were also one of the sailors on the ship from Bloody Tom's original crew. Micah.
I'm playing Ronald Applebowl, and it's a she disguised as a man.
Excellent. And Ronald is also one of the final unnamed pirate crew member from Tom's original surviving crew. The first mate, Troy.
Yep, I'm playing the first mate. His name is Jacques Delachance, otherwise known as Blackjack. He's an ex-slave who's been a pirate for about 10 years, serving under Bloody Tom for a while. So he's second in control, actually acting captain now because Bloody Tom was injured.
Yep, yeah, he's been in charge for a few days while you guys were limping to Tortuga after the mermaid attack. And Sean.
Yeah, I'm Sean, and I'm the Robco Gaming Beast, whatever, and I'm gonna play Robert the Red, who had survived a mermaid attack, barely. So I lost an arm and my left hand, my leg got injured and everything, so I got all kinds of problems to deal with. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
He is going to be the Age of Sail equivalent of the Bionic Man, I think.
Yep, pretty much.
Excellent. And last but not least, Justin, your character I know is somewhere in Tortuga, which we will meet up with shortly, but go ahead and tell us who he is.
Hi, I'm Justin, and I'll be playing Dutch. And Dutch, he's a man, a seaman, but currently without a ship, and he's sort of drinking off the wobble of his land legs while he's here in Tortuga. And that's Dutch for now.
Excellent. Okay, so we begin with the ship, the stolen Dutch pinnace that you guys have been on for the last 10 days or so since you departed St. Martin. You're limping into port in Tortuga. The ship had suffered a little bit of damage in the storm. There had been basically you caught kind of the edge of a hurricane passing by. And then while the ship was docked, well, not docked, but anchored, I should say, offshore in eastern Hispaniola, mermaids attacked the crew a couple of different times. The second time they successfully managed to get one into the water and nearly had him if it weren't for the quick thinking of Simon Silvers managing to drive them away, and the crew pulling poor Robert the Red out of the water, missing an arm, missing a hand, one leg smashed and crushed. And so you spent the last several days nursing him, back to as much a resemblance of health as is possible at the moment. The captain also, who had been thrown overboard during the storm and nearly drowned, he's been kind of nursing back to get his strength for these last few days as you sailed around the northern edge of Hispaniola to Tortuga. Tortuga is, it's got a population of about 3,000 people, so it's not quite city size, it's more like a large town. It is, technically speaking, a French colony. It has a French governor in place. However, the population of Tortuga comes from a mixture of French, Dutch, and even some English citizens, a lot of merchants and traders. It is a trading post primarily. Pretty much everything that's available in the Caribbean you can get it in Tortuga. Prices shift wildly depending on supply and demand, but everything is available here. You can get sugar, you get spices, you get plenty of rum. You know, you need extra sail, extra timber, you need extra shot and powder, you know, actual cannons themselves. You can find it here in Tortuga. It has a garrison you would know from previous experiences. Who was I talking about this with before? I think it was Mr. Silvers had some knowledge of this from his time serving with the Dutch. They have approximately about 200 soldiers protecting the garrison, the town. However, like I said, it is kind of a buccaneer's paradise. There's a lot of pirates that come and go through Tortuga. It's not very heavily governed. The governor himself doesn't bother too much with petty things like, you know, legality and bounty hunting and things of that sort, because he knows who butters his bread. The pirates, you know, bring all the money into town, and he gets plenty of, you know, trim, you know, off the top. So for the most part, it's most of the city or the town is very lawless, and which works out quite well for yourselves as you're sailing in this stolen ship. All pirates of anywhere from 10 days to 10 years in careers yourselves. As you are docking in Tortuga, and we will put Mr. Houston in charge of taking care of the dockmaster and registering the ship. You know, have to put down the name of the ship and the name of the captain, etc. Pay the docking fee. He'll take care of arranging all of the refitting of the ship, because you're going to need more guns, you're going to need more food, drink, etc. The captain has called a quick meeting with all of the crew, so that's going to be the four of you. Sorry, Justin, not you just yet. And are we missing anybody? No, it's just the four of you plus the captain and plus Mr. Houston, who's taking care of the dockmaster. So Captain Bledsoe calls you all to his cabin.
I'm going to limp over with Rob on my shoulder.
So you're basically acting as a crutch, getting them over there.
I'm having a bottle of. Oh, we weren't. Yeah, we weren't even. So I'm just gonna be like, ugh. I'm just gonna be like not saying anything, but just like wincing with pain.
Are we in the captain's quarters or just out on the deck or something?
I'm trying to like not put any pressure on the crushed leg. So
He's called you all back to his cabin.
I would imagine you would see Jock or Jack, Lucky Jack, standing off to the right of the captain, as a good first mate would. Probably watch you guys as you all come in and give you all a knowledgeable nod as you enter the cabin.
He's sitting in his nice big chair behind his desk. He's got actually, there's a cask of rum in there, and he's got cups out for everyone. Tin cups, probably, what you would use, I guess. Would it be tin? Yeah, sure, tin cups. He says, Jack, if you wouldn't mind, would you pour some rum for the men?
Certainly, Captain, as you wish. And I do so. Me and Silvers would have already rummaged through and everything, got a tally of everything that's in this room as we had scoped it out like few nights prior.
Yeah, this was brought in from the main hold, the main cargo hold of the ship. Remember when you dealt with that other Dutch ship several days ago? They gave you guys food and
some supplies.
Yeah. So basically, because you guys have been pretty stingy with the rationing up until now, he's got a decent stash of rum left over, and he says, you know, no need to be stingy, Jack. Fill it to the rim. You know.
Okay, I do so. I feel everyone a generous amount, but I'm also trying to take stock of the quality of this rum that he's serving these men that have gotten there safely. I don't think much of this man, so I'm being critical of if he's given us the bottom shelf or the top shelf rum here.
I'm trying to grab it, not thinking that phantom limb syndrome. You know, I have it hardcore.
Yeah.
And I just look like really just crushed, and I'm just like.
Be a good man and help
See-
your friend there, Silvers.
Yeah,
As I
seeing
pass you.
that, seeing he's suicidal, I'll take it from you and hold it up to his lips and say, "Now, Rob, it's not gonna bring your hand and your arm back, or your leg, or your mind, or your manhood, but it'll parch your thirst. It will." And I'll start pulling it down.
Manhood. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna drink. Say thank you, and it will dull the pain. And I drink heartily, and I'm a little bit of better, slightly better mood. Not much, but slightly.
Okay. Yeah.
And in turn, I pass the drink to Dom and to Ronnie boy there. Drink deeply, boys. The captain's got something to say.
To your health, sir. And he nods as he drinks it.
He takes the drink, but he stays back, like he always does.
Thank
In the
you.
corner.
He says it's not been easy, I know, the last several weeks for us, the last week and a half for those who've recently joined our crew. But as I told you, I know of a treasure that will let us all retire for life. It'll take some time. It'll take some hunting for us to get there, but eventually we will get there. I appreciate every one of you and your patience and your duty to this ship, this crew. I want you to enjoy tonight. We'll have a few drinks here together before you go into the town. We will be docked here for at least 7 days. So you're all given a full 7 days leave to do what you will in town. We'll meet back here in the week. My plan is to have us at a full crew with full cannon and ready for all and any action that we may see between here and our end goal. I can tell you, once I get what I need to get from Tortuga, once we have our ship back in full working order, our next stop will be in the Spanish Main itself. We'll be heading south and a bit east to Cumana. But there's no point going without my maps and information, which I must get from here. I will not be paying a visit to the governor of Tortuga. You can imagine why. But in case your imagination fails you, I am currently a very wanted man, at least by both the English and the Dutch. And as you know, the French and the Dutch have an agreement. You can bet that there will be bounties out for myself, possibly even some of you, if they have your names or your identities. So, while Tortuga is a buccaneer's haven, I'd advise you to go with caution. Not everyone here is going to be your friend. He looks at Mr. Silvers when he says that, especially.
I give him a wounded look. What?
Well, you said yourself you were serving on a Dutch ship before you went pirate. They're likely to feel a bit wounded at that.
I'll let my eyes kind of wander off out the window and say, yeah, that's something we need to talk about too, because somewhere out there is Captain Cake, and I guess he'll be wanting his just desserts.
Well, if Mr. Cake crosses this crew, I promise you, he won't be coming back for seconds.
I'll look at Robert, kind of doubting the captain's words.
Yeah, the captain's not as good at puns as you are, obviously.
I just know the power of Captain Cake, and I think Robert knows the power at this point.
Yeah.
There's a man who may be able to do something to help your friend Robert.
Yes.
Yes, there's a doctor here in Tortuga who has been able to help many a wounded seaman in the past. You may wish to seek him out. It just so happens that in the process of seeking him out, you can help me as well in my quest.
Okay.
I'd like to
I'm
send
listening.
you to a bar on the eastern side of the town called the Milky Te. It's run by a man named
You cut out there.
Colin. Right.
Colin.
Yeah.
Colin will be able to put you on to this doctor whose name is Zed.
Okay.
Also, while you're at the Teat, there's a barmaid there. Her name is Magdalena. It's a
Right.
lovely lass. She's got a mocha complexion. Seek her out, and she'll be able to give you a piece of information that I need. She'll know what it is. However, you don't want to scare Magda. I advise that only one of you approach her at a time.
So, Captain, if Houston is staying here and overseeing the fixes needed to the ship, and you are not going to the governor's mansion, what will you be doing? Why do you send us to do this interaction with Magdalena and not yourself?
Oh, I still have business to attend to in Tortuga, and I need to recover my map.
You won't need any assistance with that, Captain? Surely we have some able bodies that can see that you are able to do that.
No.
I'm looking at my stomp at the thought of able bodies.
Says, no, I'll be fine.
And when do we rendezvous with you, sir?
As I said, we meet back here in 7 days for departure. I will take care of recruiting more men.
And as for purse, sir, you are leaving us with light bags. Surely you can provide us with something if you deem us to stay in this town for 7 days.
Yeah. And what booty have we had in the last 10 days there, Blackjack?
Oh, it is noted, sir. It is noted.
Unfortunately, you'll have to go with the coin you have in your pockets. I'm afraid I have nothing else to spare you.
Most unfortunate, but I understand what you're saying. Maybe the men will also understand when they are hungry and without drink and women for 7 days in a foreign town, where you yourself, sir, have said we are enemies in this place.
This is the Caribbean, Jack. This is your home. You should be used to this by now.
My own,
There's
yes.
plenty of
I am a French slave, sir, and you brought me to a French colony where we are not friends. Congratulations.
There's
Get your
been no
map.
slavery.
Get your map and get us out of here immediately.
There's been no slavery on Tortuga for at least 12 years. Don't worry.
Very well. I literally turn on my heel and like walk out of the room.
He kind of sighs and sees Jack leave, and he says, well, Mr. Silvers, then, will you pour the second round?
I'd be glad to do what I would. So I'll kind of like let Rob fall and walk over and start filling up the glasses.
There are a few upstairs in here.
Ron tries to pick up that poor guy,
Yeah,
kind of awkwardly.
yeah. I kind of stumble up. It takes me a while, and I'm like, I just look at Silver's a bit mad, and then I sit down on one of the chairs.
He doesn't know better. Keep calm.
After I dish it out.
I know him. I know him better than most of here.
I return shortly after with another glass.
Right. You're going to help him drink it, too?
I'm going to hold it up in front of him first to make sure he wants it.
Oh, I wanted.
Alright, yep, I'm going to just throw it on him, basically. Right down the gullet.
I drink it.
Oh, yeah. It's just pure rum. There's no mixing or anything of that sort. This isn't even grog. This is straight up rum.
Well, right now I'm in pain from all my wounds and stuff, so I'm enjoying that. So.
You've had 2 full tin cups of rum. You're probably feeling a bit better now.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Red, should we get you up and get you going to the doctor?
Yep, doctor. Sounds about right.
Captain, are we free to leave?
Yes. If you happen to encounter anyone who you think will be a good fit on the crew, by all means bring them aboard. We'll have room for a few more, I'm sure. I doubt that I'm going to be able to fill it to the brim. Worst case scenario, I'll have a few more hammocks installed if need be. As it is, there are 6 of us remaining. We have room for 54 more. So it won't hurt if you find 1 or 2 more along the way. You're a resourceful man, Mr. Silvers. I can see that about you. So I apologize for the lack of coin and booty, but things will get better. Once we have more men, more guns, well, we'll be a force to be feared on the Spanish Main.
Yeah, Silver kind of hand waves the apology and says, "Don't worry about it. I'm sure we will."
Keep an eye out for Jack. He can be these black moods take him. I think it's his African upbringing.
The dark coast of Africa is a stormy place indeed, but within the storm there's loyalty, Captain. I've seen it. Fierce loyalty.
Good man, and I worry about him. So
It's
don't let him get himself killed.
I fear you worry in the wrong place. I think it's that rapscallion Oscar that we really should be keeping an eye on.
He laughs and looks just to make sure Oscar's not in the room. He says, "Why do you think he's looking after the repairs?"
Silvers laughs at that. The right man is captain, he is. The right man is captain.
Very well. Well, I'll leave Dom and Ron with you. I will be setting off to take care of my own affairs in Tortuga and start the recruitment process. Speak to Magdalena and Colin at the Milky Te.
Aye, Captain. And I'll turn to the other crew members and say, "Well, you heard the man. Are you ready to go?"
Dom will take a deep bow. Oh, yes, sir. I follow you.
Ready as I'll ever be.
It's a good man, Dom. Ronald, you look strong. A strapping young man. Why don't you come over here and help me carry Mr. Roberts?
He already is. He's standing there with Robert in his arms. Yes, I do. And he doesn't look strong. He isn't.
He's not.
He really isn't. It's almost collapsing under him.
I look at Ronald and I'm saying, "Young lad, you'll need some more food to get some meat on that bones." But I appreciate you helping me.
You're welcome.
I'm like heavily leaning him off on you too. Like my helping him is more of a show than an actual labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dom will turn to Silver and says,
I'm taking notice of that, so.
What were you saying, Dom?
Dom turns to Silver and says, "That was a brilliant move, but why don't you get him a wagon? We can push him around that way. Builds upper body."
I guess.
Idea.
Well, the thing is that I will be able to walk again. I'm not some dung you put in a wagon and push around. You hear me?
Forgive Mr. Red. I believe he's drunk. He's a bit delusional.
Dom,
looking at the mangled leg.
And I look at, "Oh, you devil! You shut up."
Dom smiles or tries not to, and okay, he bows to Red, and as you say, sir, watching him being led away by the small one, "You're a genius, Silver. Very genius. I like your style." As they're leading away.
I don't think we noted it before, Sean, but I'm going to say that the bad leg is the left leg, the same one that still has the arm. So.
Okay.
Okay. So
Minus the hand.
So the left leg is smashed. You've still got your left arm, just no hand, and then the right arm is missing. You've got like a stump.
And the old battle wound, of course.
Okay, so you guys can set off ashore. You'll
Before
see.
we do that, my character, when he would have left the captain's quarters, I went back to the bunkhouse where we find our, and I pried up on a floorboard and pulled out what would have been the last of my my silver stash that I had from some more successful times. So I have with me a little bag of pieces of 8.
Sure. Yeah, you guys have whatever personal money that your characters have. That's it for the moment because the ship is bootyless. And you'll see Mr. Houston passes you on the dock as you're going towards the town of Tortuga, and he looks at you, Silvers, and says, "Hey, Silvers, did the captain give you any money for me? I had to pay the docking fee out of my pocket."
It's unfortunate. He said we're light on booty, so no pay.
Ah, cheap bastard. He walks on past you.
And I'll look over my shoulder and say, "Take care of yourself, Oscar. Putting in at a port like this can be dangerous."
Ha! I'm staying on the ship. It's you should take care.
I'll be back.
Well, don't hurry back on my accord. See you later, Silvers.
Later. And are you still down underneath the ship, Jack?
No, I would have came up and met you guys up on the main deck.
So I'll give you a nod as I'm overseeing the transportation of Robert.
Yeah, I'm just shaking my head, like I'm perplexed at the fact that this man is still alive. But I would have given a good goodbye to Mr. Houston, being that him and I had served together and have a relationship of respect. So I would have clasped his arm and tapped him on the shoulder and told him to look out and make sure that the ship is ready in 7 days because we need to get out of here, with or without the captain.
He says, "Sorry, Jack, I didn't even see you there." And he shakes your hand. He glances over at Silver and says, "Your eyes don't glow in the dark."
Be easy on him. I think he's more valuable than you think, Houston. He served himself well. The man is a man of many skills.
It's not his value that concerns me.
It's
Take
his
care of
loyalty.
yourself, sure. Will you be coming back to sleep on the ship?
I will not. I will be acting as the leader of these band, I guess, being that the captain is doing his own thing as he often does. Let's hope he doesn't end up with us back in chains again. I've given him one last strike.
Well, I know times are tough. You guys know you always have your hammocks if you can't find a place to sleep in town or afford one. And he grumbles and he starts walking back towards the ship.
Good luck, my friend.
So that's just a point to note that you guys don't necessarily have to find rooms. You can come back and sleep on the ship if you want. So.
Yeah. With that, I'm tossing this small sack of what appears to be coins, and I tuck it inside my jerkin.
Okay.
First round's on me, boys. Let's go. Ronnie, you're with me. Dom, you're with me. We got to look out for that doctor. Did you get a good description of him?
His name is Zed. We should ask for Colin at the Milky Te.
Very good. We'll get you straightened away first.
Let's go.
Yes, please.
You guys can hear music. Tortuga is, if nothing else, it's a small town, a rather modest trading port, but it's full of life. So you hear music, you hear laughing, shouting, arguing, fighting, fucking, everything going on in Tortuga right now. And it's evening, it's getting dark, but it's not too late yet either. So even if it was, it wouldn't matter. But just for time-wise, we'd say it's a little bit after dinner time. It's starting to get dark. Yeah, you can just... the entire sensation is kind of probably a mixture of excitement and disgust, like because you can just smell all these different smells in there. You can smell food cooking. You can smell, you can smell drink. So it's everything from you can smell, from the drink on a drunkard's breath to the drink of some horrible, mess that somebody has just made on the dock as he's trying to stagger back to his own ship and puking on the side. You can even get some exotic smells, such as the smell of brewing tea or coffee, maybe even some kind of a like opiate smells and things of that sort on the air as well. There's all kinds of things going on. It is definitely a city of sin, if you will, although more of a town. But yeah.
Now,
And,
do we see the Indian?
the particular end that you need to go to, you don't see from here, but you know it's on the east side of town. So kind of as you come off the docks, there's like a big kind of opening square area. And you know, well, yeah, you would know because you have previous knowledge of this place, Mr. Silver. So you know that this is where they have like an open market during the daylight hours, where anybody can just sell anything. You can just set up straight off the boats if they want. People come in and sell exotic shit that they've picked up or stolen or whatever along the way. Currently, it's just full of people kind of staggering around trying to make their way to the next bar or whatever else, or doing other various things. At the moment, it's just kind of a social place. But you know for a fact that this is the square where they would set up and do a lot of, like a market kind of thing during the day. So basically, ahead of you, there are buildings. To your right, there are buildings. To your left, there are buildings. Beyond the buildings, you can see as the sun is kind of setting. Let's see, you're coming into docks. The sun would be setting off to your left. You can see kind of trees off in the distance behind the buildings. And you know that those are the jungles. There's some pretty thick wilderness beyond the town itself, where a lot of the indigenous people still live. They say some of the former slaves that have one way or another become emancipated over the last 10 years or so, a lot of them have gone to mix and mingle with the natives. So, but like I said, there's no slavery anymore in Tortuga. Slavery has been kind of, technically banned, I guess you could say. I mean, there are probably still people who own slaves that pass through Tortuga, but for the most part, like anybody who was a slave on this island was freed 12 years ago. And so the population, the indigenous population, has become very mixed. Even the long-term residents of the town, you'd have a mixture of, English, French, Spanish, and even, the Carib tribes, which were more of kind of like you want to think of like South American Indians, so they'd be kind of more lighter-skinned tribal people. And then, of course, the slaves who were brought in from Africa in the past. So you've got a big blend of different types of people, different looks, lots of different languages being spoken.
So I look at each of them in turn as I get ahead of them and turn back as they approach, and I shake each of their hands in turn, and I put a few coins, 4 silver pieces or pieces of 8 in each coin. It's like, the first drink's on me, boys. Remember, we're lucky to be here. We're lucky that the ship made it here. You make sure that you get back to that ship safely. Make sure you look after each other, protect each other's back, and if there's anyone getting stuck with a pointy end, you make sure that you're on the proper end of it. This is a cutthroat kind of place. We got to be careful.
Are you giving 4 silver to each of them?
I am.
Wow. So you guys can all write down 4 silver pieces on your character sheets.
And as I'm handing that out, you see my little bag of coins getting smaller to the point where it's gotten to the point where I don't have a exuberant amount. I've given up more than half of the coin that I had in my purse.
Okay. So a single piece of 8 will probably buy you guys somewhere around 5 drinks, So the fact that it gave you 4 pieces, you're looking at about 20 drinks worth of coins there, each that he's given you.
I'm careful not to make it seem like it's any big deal. I'm just doing it generously.
Of course. It's all part of his campaign to become captain.
Now, while he's handing out the silver, I see a man kind of standing over near one of the ends in the town square.
Yeah, you do.
He's got a black bandana, and I'm gonna tap Blackjack on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Blackjack, look over there at that man, the one leaning against the barrel."
I see the man. What do you see, Silvers? Your eyes are different than mine.
What I see is an able-bodied seaman without a ship, currently looking for work. What do you see?
Hi, I see the same. Would you like to go give word and see if he's, as you say, looking for work? For if we're trying to recruit, he looks able enough.
That he does. Watch me back, and I'll start walking over towards him.
And as you start to walk away, you hear a girl's voice come from his mouth say, "Yes, watch our back."
I get like shiver, like that shrill feeling go right through my body, and I do a little shudder. And as he approaches the man at the fence, I close the gap to be in a reasonable distance.
And the closer you get to that man, you'd hear him. He's talking and having a conversation with someone, and he might even be in an argument. But you're not really, until you get there, you probably wouldn't be sure what's going on. And he's, of course, tipping his head back to drink out of a large jug of some sort of spirits.
Just as a point of interest, Justin, as well, your character, Dutch, speaks Dutch and English. Dutch, obviously, is his mother language, and English is the language that he's picked up just from his time at sea.
Excellent.
Okay. Micah, your character also the same. You speak Dutch as your native language, but you picked up English from being a crew member on Bloody Tom's crew.
Okay.
And as you do close the distance, though, you'd see he's pretty much arguing with a guy who's passed out at his feet in the gutter. And it looks like he probably won that argument.
Well, as I get close, I see you look like a Dutch bastard, and I smell that you look like a Dutch bastard. So, in Dutch, I'm gonna say, "Greetings, sailor."
Oh, avast. Yes, I am indeed a sailor. It's a shame I've got nothing but the drink to keep me from losing my wits on land here.
What type of sailing do you do? And I kind of raise an eyebrow.
Nothing you'd write home about.
Well, perhaps we can help you then. I have a crew of men over yonder, and I kind of nod behind me to the
Good
the
God!
circus.
What happened to that man there? And he's talking about the limbless bastard.
He joined that way.
Well, I can see you follow the code. I am indeed interested. No doubt, though, you folks need a drink, though. You look hard from the water. And he'll produce the large jug of swish.
You're too kind. So I'll take it from him gratefully and take a swig of it.
And it is just booze, but it's hot from the day's heat.
All right, 1 second. Let me call the men over. So I'll turn around and give a loud whistle.
And yeah, he's gonna eyeball these grievous wounds in particular as
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronald is steering Robert over to the others.
Yeah, Ron, you're getting a bit of a sore back from kind of helping his point of balance. Like he's capable of walking on his own, but he's kind of slow and he loses his balance still quite a bit because he's still thrown off from the whole experience. But yeah.
Can we hurry up now in a high-pitched voice?
Yeah. I'm like, I look around for like a branch, basically a big sturdy branch, which I can use as a crutch. And
yeah, you don't see one handy right here, like not here in the middle of the town.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, that'd be too easy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As you approach, I want to shoot a glance to Robert that says, "Don't queer the pitch."
And then I'm saying, I look at the guy and I ask to say in Dutch, "Welcome, I'm Robert, also known as Robert the Red."
Robert, Robert the Red, you, sir, are indeed a survivor of sorts. I will pay attention to you.
Actually, Justin, on that note, I want you to roll, let's see here. We're going to call it an intelligence roll. So you're going to roll a d20.
7.
A 7. And what's your intelligence?
+1. 13.
No. What's your intelligence score?
13.
13. So you rolled 7 under 13, so that's a success. Robert the Red is a name you've heard recently. You saw it on a poster not far from here. It's stuck to a pole near the center of the marketplace. There's several posters stuck to that same wall, but this is a man who is wanted by the Crown of Holland. There's a bounty out for this man. He is worth 200 pieces of 8.
So while it's kind of settling on you that he's that man, and I say, I'm Simon Silvers.
Okay, well, you don't have to roll a second time. He is also wanted, same price, 200 pieces of 8.
Well,
the Dutch crown.
They share a poster.
You two, I've heard of before in many conversations over at the Milky Te. That's where a lot of us Dutchmen congregate, and I would urge you caution, almost the opposite of caution. You need not worry of these posters, and he'll motion to a few that are no doubt on various walls. These wanted posters. I myself have, I've got a few lists following me around, but there's not too much to worry about here.
Yeah, the main reason you know these ones is because they're recent, they're new. They're on top of the old posters.
I look at the poster and I'm just saying, doesn't look anything like me.
In fact, they only went up maybe 1 or 2 days ago.
And Dutch will point at the unconscious guy in the gutter, and he'll just say, arsonist.
You know,
we have no need of arsonists on this ship. I am First Mate Jack. It's nice to meet you, sir.
Silvers and Red are both wanted for treason and piracy.
So you mentioned this Milky Te.
Indeed.
Show us, and we will buy you a drink.
Well, onward we go then, onward. And
this
he'll
warm
turn
swell
on his
you
heels.
serve us here.
And
sorry.
I was just going to say, and to the Te we go.
Dom, give the boy a hand there. He seems to be struggling with the big one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll switch Ronald out.
You notice Dom has that, like he's just been slapped in the face look. Shakes his head. We should have bought a wheelbarrow. Come, my friend, I'll help you up.
Thank God.
Thank you.
And you see him kind of struggle under the weight too a little bit, but he's a little better at it. But you see he's trying.
What's your strength?
10.
10.
I have this face like I'm not that I'm not appreciated and whatever, and just kind of a slight anger, miffness, but my main anger is still towards Silvers, but I don't say anything. So we have to agree on everything because of the pact. So
I feel his eyes weighing on me, and I kind of nod my head with a confused look at him.
I kind of blame him secretly that he probably summoned these hell beasts out of the depths or something.
Alright, don't worry about it, Red. Soon you'll have a new hand and a new arm and a new leg and a new prospect on life. Do not worry.
Yes, and I know already what I'll do with those. And I just kind of look at him.
And very quietly, in fact, nobody will hear except for yourself, Mr. Silvers, but you hear your own self say in a quiet man's voice, just make sure he doesn't forget the deal.
I just shake it off.
With me, Ronnie boy, a fresh-faced boy like you needs to find a girl. Come along now, lad. Come along now, lad. We'll see if we can find you a girl in here. A pretty face like you.
He nods
Shouldn't be
and
hard. I put my arm around
okay.
your shoulder. Put my arm around your shoulder and walk on towards the place that the newcomer is leading us to, the Milky Te.
So, for for descriptive purposes anyway, I assume Ronald is kind of a slighter frame. What was your strength score?
7.
And so he probably looks like a very young man,
Yeah.
maybe his late teens. Probably the youngest looking man of the group. Yeah, the youngest looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm treating him as such as well.
Just for my own mind's eye, I just wanted to put that. And what about Dom? What's Dom's kind of general appearance? Is he a big? No, he's a strength 10, so he's an average build. Is he an older gentleman? Is he a younger gentleman?
He's in his 20s. He's long, flowing black hair, Spaniard.
Oh, he's Spanish. That's right. Yeah, I need to write that down.
And
He speaks Spanish and English. Then I'm going to say.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have joined. No, I'm just kidding.
There's a Spaniard.
remember, you're new. Ice, slick, greasy. If he can pawn something off on you, he will, or take your coin. But he's loyal.
Wow. So we actually have all the major nationalities represented amongst the.
He's loyal to himself.
Cool.
I'm carrying you around, buddy. At least for the next 10 minutes.
I did. My character doesn't say that. I'm just joking.
I know, I'm joking.
Definitely prevalent.
Yeah, I'm not risking at this moment.
It's
We
all
do have one Frenchman, one Spaniard, 2 Englishmen, and the rest are all Dutch. The 2 Englishmen being Mr. Houston and Captain Bledsoe, of course. What a motley crew. Okay, so you're going to take them over to the Milky Te, yeah?
Yes, we'll have to get ourselves into our first round of cups.
It's actually quite far over on the eastern edge of town, so it's not a very long walk anyway. I mean, it's like I said, it's a town of 3,000 people. It's not that big. So, you're looking at maybe half a mile walk. You walk it in 10 minutes or less, even with the speed that you're dragging poor old Robert the Red along at. And so when you get there, it is pretty much almost on the very eastern edge of town. You can see not too far. There's a little bit of a clearing beyond it, and then there's the kind of trees leading into the jungle. It's a little bit deforested just right there, because this is kind of one of the areas where they do chop down lumber and stuff. But you can definitely see the black jungle beyond, simply because it's nighttime. You can't see anything into it. The weather is actually quite decent. It's a warm summer's evening. You can see the stars in the sky. No clouds to be seen. And from the Milky Te, you can hear all kinds of loud singing and various levels of brevity. There's gambling going on in there. There's people singing along. You think there's actually probably somebody playing an instrument and singing in there, but you can't even hear them over everybody else singing along with. The Milky Te itself is it's just a single-story building. They don't actually have rooms. It's just a drinking hall, but it's quite large. It seems to be quite a big building itself, even though it's only one story. And the sign itself, where it says the Milky Te, T-E-A-T, has a picture, a very poorly burnt image of a cow with a bucket underneath of it with its, teats hanging out, for milking.
Now, but before you get a chance to go in, Jack, Mr. Jack, if I could have a moment, please.
Speak freely, Silvers. What is it?
I kind of motion you over to get your ear, so that's something I want to say aloud.
I creep over and just stand off to the side. Go along, boys. We'll be right with.
You remember the conversation we had, not but a few days ago on the deck, about your disdain for the captain?
I wouldn't say disdain for the captain. The man himself is fine. His leadership, however, is something to be questioned, especially of late.
Well,
He wasn't
his-
always such. So his stories of a map, they may be true, but it's not something that I'm aware of prior to this excursion here.
Well, after you walked out of the cabin in a rush, the captain told me to keep an eye on you. And I study
is that
your
right?
face.
You have nothing to worry about from me, friend. The
It's
captain,
not.
however, I find it odd that he seems to disappear in the most important of times. To leave us here to recruit a crew and to go forth a week hence. I fear the captain might very well leave with his new crew, leaving us here stranded. That is my concern. I speak it freely to you now, but
It's my concern exactly, which is why I'd like to recommend we get our own crew and depart without the captain. Now, I'm not saying a full-on mutiny. We won't to murder the man, but we'll part ways with him.
will he, in turn, part ways with his beloved treasure map beforehand? We have already searched. We know him saying that it's not with him on his person is true. Do we just
Perhaps-
carry on with our 14 silver?
Perhaps
That won't
what
go far.
perhaps what we can do is hire a couple of scallywags that he's not aware of, some cutters in port, to wait for him in hiding, and when he tries to return to the ship, to shake him down and take the map from him and bring it back to us.
How about the new lad you just hired? What do you think of him? You think him capable? Or the Harson cutthroat in the valley?
Why hire a man to do a job we can do yourself?
That's the voice of the demon again?
It is.
He seems capable enough, and maybe it'd be a good assignment for him to see if he'll make it with the crew.
A couple
Aye.
of scallywags for your 14 silver? After 7 days in Tortuga, you'll be lucky to hire half a scallywag.
But I doubt he'd be able to do it alone. We might need to give him some kind of assistance.
Your boy's not up for the task.
Robert's a good boy, but he's not a murderer.
He's not much of a man these days, is he? Half a man.
Well, I would remind you, Mr. Jack, of who both of us have to blame for that.
Yes, I was not forthcoming with knowledge that would have saved our friend. I feel bad for that. So we should go take care of him and make sure that this doctor is able to set him right. But I am with you. If those opportunities arise, if we could get the map and make leave of this captain, I will not be saddened for it.
Perhaps tonight, when things quiet down, we can have a word with Dutch.
Aye.
Aye. And turning around, let us tally no longer.
And a little girl's voice again comes out of your mouth, just says, "Pussies."
And Dutch will say, "Oh, do you hear that? This is my favorite song. It's about swimming with bow-legged women." And he
So
leaves
yeah,
on.
while that conversation was going on, yeah, Dutch is led into the bar with Dom and Ronald and Robert. I guess Dom, you're still kind of supporting Robert by his left arm. Yeah?
What kind of song?
Oh, swimming with bow-legged women.
No, no, no. And I have these eyes, the crazy eyes.
Oh, we
wanna-
won't go swimming. Not tonight.
Keep quiet.
Here's a good lad, and
Got it.
I'll uncork my bruised spirits and hold it up, knowing you can't reach out for it.
Fine, give me some. I take a swig.
There's a good boy. And bottoms up. I'll give him a good 3-second pour.
Okay,
And
Robert.
and then I finish and I look at him. Don't call me boy. I'm older than you.
Robert, I need you to roll me a saving throw, wisdom-based, non-magic.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
people have been pouring drink down your throat for the last hour and a half or 2 hours or so.
So I got a 6.
You got 1-6.
Yeah, I have 3
You're
dice.
not
so.
you're not blackout drunk yet, but you're drunk.
And you're right, Robert. You're a man of the sea. I should not have said boy. And
Yep. And I start saying, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Where as hell is this Colin lad? Way up in the morning. And then, I'm like, yeah, let's go to Colin finally. I want to get this behind me. maybe get one of them lasses here to pour me the drinks. They're definitely prettier than you. And I look at your character, Justin. Look at Dutch.
Tell yourself what you like, and Dutch will just flick his hair over his head, and he'll hold the door open for
you
your
sure
friends
have
to carry your husk of a body through.
You sure have the hair of a lady.
But yeah, he lets you all in. He holds the swinging doors, probably like a typical.
The Milky Te is booming. It's packed. There's not a seat to be found. It's standing room only. People are drinking, hooping and hollering. There's gambling going on. You've got, I can never, every time I get in a game situation, I can't remember the damn name of the game. What's the game called where you hold your hand down on the table and you take a knife between all the fingers?
Knifey stabby?
No.
No, there is a specific name.
Yeah.
But I know this game.
Knifey stabby, anyway, is being played. There's card games going on. There's dice games going on. There are prostitutes around, being shared around. It's lively. The coin is flowing. This is where the real buccaneers are hanging out tonight, you can tell. And it makes sense now that you think about it. Dutch, you probably know this because you've been here multiple times. But because this place is on the eastern side of town, it's one of the hardest places to get to from the docks. So whereas everybody gets off the docks and just goes and hangs out at the closest place they can find, everybody who knows what's up in Tortuga goes farther out. So this is on the very eastern edge. It's spitting distance from the jungle itself. And there's a lot of good times going on in here. You can see the barman, Colin, with his big shock of red hair. So it's almost Ronald McDonald-like. It's kind of crazy and sticking out in various directions, and it's not very well cut. But he's back there pouring drinks as fast as he can and barking orders at the other two people that are back there also helping him serve. And there's two barmaids as well who are traveling around that you can see at the moment. Anyway, one of which is she's got really pale skin. She's rather petite in frame, and she's got dark, long, curly hair, which is currently pulled back and tied back behind her head, but it's because it's hot and she's working hard. It's sticking out in various directions a little bit as well. It's not quite, as neat as she probably originally planned it to be. And the other of which is more of for description purposes, do you guys know what Creole is? Have you ever seen a Creole woman? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so she's got that kind of Creole kind of complexion. You know what I mean? She's a mocha brown. She's got a bit of natural kink and curl to her hair, which is also pulled back and tied back, but her hair's starting to frizz out a little bit just from the humidity and the heat of this place. It's really hot in here, and the predominant smell is sweat and body odor. You also get smells of tobacco, and you think they're serving some kind of food, but you can't really smell it too well over the human smell. So that's what you see as you kind of walk in. It's a big assault on the senses as you come into this place. It's massive. There's a lot going on in here.
And
but you do
Dutch will just say to the group before they sort of make their entrance, or as they are making their entrance, there's Colin behind the bar there, but I think we need to get a woman for Robert before we lose him to the drink. He may need it more than all of us. Pat him on the back, too.
And I look at the knife game being played, and I'm just, oh, dear. What kind of morons do that?
Says the man with no hands.
Yep. I just look at the stump. I know what I would use the knife for. And I have this wicked thing shine in my eye for a second.
All right, Silvers, you go see this Colin fellow and get your friend here situated. He's going to get you to that doctor.
Come on, Dom, give us the injured man.
He kind of picks him up. There
You
you
know
go.
my
Tosses him over,
name.
over to
You
you.
devil, you.
Shh, we're wanted men here. I no sooner say your name aloud as you should say mine. Now come on, let's go get you fixed.
And you, lad,
Yes,
looking
yes.
at the young individual, Ronnie. You, lad.
Oh, look, there's that girl we're looking for.
Which one? Magdalena? Which one are we
Yeah.
looking for?
Yeah, he's pointing at her, at the dark complexion girl.
Yeah, she is definitely of mixed race, you can tell anyway.
Oh, we're not looking for a drink, lad. We're looking for something a little more fun for you.
Oh, that's not necessary, really. We've got important stuff to do.
Very well. We'll see to that later. You lead on then, lad. Let's see you talk to this Magdalena, get the information we need.
Me?
Why not?
You're the talker.
Not I. I have things to do, and I walk over to. You see me walk over to one of these quote-unquote prostitutes that are over in the corner, and I start chatting up this one that's. She would have been Caucasian, but she's heavily tan from being in the Caribbean sun. She has a predominant mole on her cheek. I'm just whispering in her ear, and if anyone's in here chat, you would hear that I'm speaking French now for the first time. And I've been chatting with her for a while, so I'm just preoccupied. Left you to carry on with that conversation.
Yeah, he's standing there for a moment, not so sure what to do, but after a second he approaches Magdalena.
Okay, so you go up to Magdalena.
And
And she says,
what,
yeah, what is it, lad? Hurry up, I'm busy.
You know Captain Bloody Tom, do you? No?
Tom sent you.
Yes.
She reaches into her cleavage and she pulls out a key and hands it to you.
He takes it and looks at it and, okay,
She
what is
said,
it for?
There's a storeroom in the back. Don't be seen going back there. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And she walks off.
And he turns around and looks back at Jack, waving. Help!
I have my back to you. I'm like literally like leaned in, body pressed up against this woman against the wall, and just like whispering in her ear.
Oh, God damn it. So he's looking for that storage room.
Okay, so you head on back there?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, well, she's heading back to that storage room. Do you have a stealth skill? Do you have any points in it? Martha?
Nope.
No?
Of course not.
I'm going to give you a bonus anyway, so go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 1.
You rolled a 1. That's not good.
Yeah.
No, you want to roll high on skill checks in the playtest version, unfortunately.
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah.
So as you're walking back there, a man says, "Hey! You can't go back there. That's employees only." And it's a red-haired man behind the bar.
Oh, sorry, sir. And he turns around, back again, walks in the direction of Jack. Help! Help!
What's going on, boy? What's going on? Did your conversation with Magdalena?
Yes, and I'm sorry to disturb, but we have to meet with her in the back room.
Okay.
And
So
they
why
won't
didn't you?
let me.
Oh, it's off limits to people like us. Very
Yes.
well. Well, we'll try again. Did she say we had to do it immediately? Did she go
5
into the back room?
minutes.
5 minutes. All right. Give me a couple more minutes here, and I'll meet you. Just give me a moment. Let me finish up here first.
What
Roll your-
for?
Roll your intelligence for me there, Jack.
All right, so what I'm doing with this girl, Ian, is I'm actually trying to get information on where we can find a bed down place, like a lodge or an inn or something. I'm actually using this time for, if we're here for a week, I'm trying to get at least a base of operations, so she might be able to give me some information with the prostitute. Intelligence check. All right, I'm actually quite intelligent. I rolled a 3 on a 16.
You do remember Captain Tom, Bloody Tom, told you not to scare Magdalena, that only one of you should probably approach her at a time.
Very good. So ease up there, boy. You give me what you have, and I'll go see Magdalena. Right now, I'm just trying to get us a room.
Okay.
He hands over the key.
Thank you.
She gave me this.
Merci, mon ami. Go, get a drink. Go visit Silver's up at the bar. The man that was yelling to you, he's the bartender. He'll hook you up. I did give you some silver, did I not? Go spend it. Have some fun.
Okay. Speaking of Silver, what are you doing, Silvers? You've taken Red up towards the bar, is that right?
I am carrying him up there as he's cursing at me.
Okay. And what about Dom? Where'd Dom go? You're muted, Clay.
Dom is watching the knife games very interestingly.
That knife game, by the way, is called Five Finger Fillet. That's what it was.
Waiting for his turn, but he's sourcing out the crowd, making sure his companions are nearby, or if they need him, he'll be there. But he's pretty focused in the knife game.
Okay. Do you want to play?
Not at this time, but if I need to make a distraction, he will.
Okay. Cool. So Silvers, you're taking Robert up to the bar, and yeah, the barman. You'll eventually catch the attention of Colin. He'll look over and say, "Holy shit! What do you need?"
I'm looking for a man named Colin. Are you him?
I'm Colin. Who's asking?
We have a mutual friend, I suppose. His name is Bloody Tom.
Bledsoe. He's here.
Mostly.
Better not let Magdalena know.
I was told, though, that you might help us get in touch with a doctor. My companion here, and I look down at Rob,
His name
needs
is Zed.
some assistance.
Yeah, his name is Zed.
Doctor, I think he needs a priest.
No,
You go-
we're not religious men, I'm afraid.
Speak for yourself. I just look at him again. Yeah, so where's the Zed fella?
Zed. Oh. Tom wants you to see Zed. I could probably set something up for you. I won't be able to do it tonight, though.
We'll say that we needed it tonight. How much would something like that cost?
You have to talk to James over on the West End. He's the coffin maker.
Coffin maker?
I told you I can't do it tonight. You want to talk to Zed, I can set it up, but you have to come back to me tomorrow afternoon at the soonest.
Every man has his price, Mr. Collins.
What do you want me to do? You want me to work the impossible? You want me to go find Zed in the middle of the night and tell him some guy needs emergency surgery right away or he's going to die? Fine.
Aye, that would be the lie. Yes, indeed.
Fine. 25 pieces of 8 up front.
Out of character, I'm like pulling Silver's back, and I'm saying, I've only got 15 and like a half, eighths of half.
All right. Here's my offer to you, Mr. Collins. 20 pieces of 8.
Fine. Up front.
So I'll dole out 10. I'll give half. I'll dole out 10 of it, and then look at Robert for the other 10.
I take out 10. I'm already taking out 10. So
He agrees to die.
With what? What are you taking it out with? Your toes.
Yeah, you don't have any.
Yeah, once again he groans, and I'll reach in his pocket. And take his
Okay,
money
this
out.
is what happens. Like, I go to my pocket, and I'm like, God damn.
So he's kind of shocked when you produce the 20 pieces. He says, huh. All right. Fine. And he says to one of the people behind the bar, he says, Robert, you're in charge. I got to go. Robert's like, what are you talking about? It's the busiest time of the night. He's like, I got personal business I got to take care of. You're in charge. He takes you 20 pieces of 8, greedily, like, sweeps it off the table and stuffs it in a pouch. And says, don't leave. I'll be back as soon as I can.
We'll be waiting, Mr. Collins.
This is Robert. Get these guys a run of drinks on me.
That sounds
so,
about right.
So as Colin is leaving, I would have taken that opportunity, watching young Ronnie boy there go to the bar to meet up with the rest. I would have seen Colin leave, and at that time I would have made my way for the back room.
All the stuff.
All right, so I got +1. So more D6 +1. I rolled 5 +1, so that's 6.
Yeah, that's a success. You make it.
All right, so as Collins turns his back as he's just exiting is when I start to slink through the people in the room and head back towards that back door.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you find that storeroom right there on the right.
All right, so I insert the key and, kind of open it a crack and listen. Do I hear anything?
You don't hear anything?
All right, so I kind of like slink and sideways walk through the crack. I don't make the door wide open.
Pitch black in there.
All right, so I start reaching around on the interior as I enter. And I would imagine if it's pitch black,
looking for a light switch?
I'm looking for a lantern, an oil lantern, or some form of thing that would obviously be right there if it's a dark room.
Fair enough. Yeah, you'll find one.
All right, so I, whatever, fiddle
You
with
have
the.
box?
I do not have a tinderbox. Is there one there beside the lamp? Maybe.
What's your luck score?
What's my luck score? +3.
I'll let you spend a point of luck for there to be one.
Very good.
Okay.
And I light up the lamp.
There you go. You got light. You're in. It's like a dry store. So there's like some spices. There's flour. There's a little bit of sugar. Things of that sort in here.
All right, I'm just looking through to see if there's anything exotic. Mostly looking to see if there's any type of smoke or anything that could be.
Probably the most
used
valuable thing in here is the spices, and followed by the sugar.
All right, so I'm not really that interested in that. I'm just looking for something for a luxury that can benefit my crew here in the next.
As you're looking,
minute
you
time.
hear the door open behind you and close behind you, and you see the woman there, Magdalena. So Magdalena is about 5.5 feet tall. She's of pretty lean but athletic build. As I said, she's got a really kind of a light brown tone to her skin. She's got, her hair still pulled back, although, as I said, it's a little kinky and bits of it are kind of sticking out in places. Her eyes, as far as you can tell, look black in the darkness and with the lantern light, but she's definitely got dark eyes, and she looks at you and says, "Who are you? You're not the boy I talked to."
I show the key. Bonjour, mon ami. The boy is with me. I am the first mate of a crew. He is a simple cabin boy who sent me to talk with you. He was just an errand boy. Got me this so I can see you now. I'm friends with Tom. We've been together as crewmen.
So you're here on Bledsoe's behalf?
That I am, ma'am.
She reaches over and she turns the lock and locks the door behind her.
And he sent us here to see you. A matter of a map. Information.
Where is it?
The map or Bledsoe?
No, where's the money?
Oh, a matter of the money, yes. How much were you promised?
He sent the money with you, didn't he?
That he did not, man.
I've been raising that bastard of his. I haven't seen him for nearly a year. Fork it over.
These are not my concerns, man. We are only here to gather the information so Mr. Bledsoe can indeed maybe give you some money for you and your bastard son.
What? You came here to take something from me, not to give me something? After all this time. And she reaches into her blouse and she pulls out a big knife.
Easy now. We come here
And she
as
says,
friends.
"You take it easy, you pirate."
I am many things, man. A pirate is only one of those things. And I offer her a sly wink as I say that, and a broad, white-toothed smile.
That's
I am not your enemy, and your foe, it would seem, your enemy, may very well be mine. Maybe we can work together for a common benefit. Again, I offer a big, broad smile.
What is this map you're talking about? I know nothing of a map.
Nor I. It was just brought to my attention 2 days hence. Bledsoe claims it can get us to a buried treasure or some such. Treasure beyond our wildest dreams. Make all of our dreams come true.
He loves his treasure, doesn't he?
Don't we all, man?
So, how much do you have?
I have little. But what I have, I gladly give to you now.
Not a very good pirate, are you, then?
Mr. Bledsoe is not a very good captain. But he sent us here, and thus we are here. We are part of his crew, and we are loyal. And I am loyal to you now. I will give you all that I have. And I reach back. And as I do...
The knife out as you reach back.
Oh,
and she
easy.
steps back for you. She says, "You take it slow, pirate scum."
Easy, man. And I pull out my little bag of what's the remainder of the silver I have. So how much was it you were promised? And what is it you indeed that you are giving me here?
He usually gives me 20 silver every time he visits.
I can give you 20 silver.
He's been gone a lot longer this time, though.
Now, I'm also looking for a place to stay. Do you have a residency here, man? Again, with a big smile.
You're looking to shack up with me? Are you any different than Tom?
Just a place to lay my head. I'm here for a week, and I do not want to stay with these scum on the floor of this tavern.
Yeah, I have a small place where I stay with my boy.
We need a base of operations for what we have to do here.
Who's
20?
we?
Me and my crew, the
Your
men
crew?
under
I don't
me.
have room for a whole crew. With
Well,
me,
maybe
my,
you can
my
point me
You
into
know
the
anything
direction.
about babies?
No, I fear I do not.
There's a flop house. 2 doors to the north of here. You go out the door, turn right. 2 doors down, there's a flop house.
Very good. That will serve my crew well. But the matter of myself. 25 silver.
Buy you a week's stay there.
Yes. I'd rather stay with you. 25 silver for the week and the information to be exchanged, of course.
What information are you talking about?
So I'm giving you 20 silver for nothing then. This doesn't seem logical to me. He said that you would have information. Information he needs.
And you trusted him. Apparently you're as stupid as I was.
How did he wrong you so? Besides leaving you with a bastard child.
Exactly that.
So you must be...
He's
You
meant
must
to
want...
stop by every few months to give me some more money to help take care of little Jack.
Little Jack, huh? I can't help you there. I only know that the man is not here. He said he's seeking out a treasure map, and that you will have some information to aid him in
Well,
what we need
it
to do.
seems he's done you a great disservice, sir. So, what do we do now?
It seems we are at an impasse. I take a step forward, slowly.
Her grip tightens around the dagger.
About that place to stay, I reach out slowly to cusp her behind her. Attempt to cusp her behind her head. She's an attractive woman, is she not?
Yeah, she really is, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I'm definitely making a move then.
You
So
try to charm her?
I'm just slowly going to reach my hand behind her head to go in for.
Give me a charisma roll. D20.
Oh Jesus! Not that charismatic. In real life or in Jacques de la Chance. I rolled a 17 and my charisma is 11.
Okay.
So as I'm reaching out slowly with my hand to like just going in for a cuss behind the head to then follow up with the kiss.
She's gonna come at you with the knife.
Oh God! All right. So she's like trying to stick me in the chest or something, or just to like scare me off.
No, she's gonna try to full on stab you as you reach out and try to grab her head. I got a.
But I wasn't like trying to grab her by the throat. It was obvious what I was trying to do, as I was like trying to put the moves on her.
Your armor class 14, yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, get your armor real good.
All right, so she sticks me.
She takes a chunk out of it, but she doesn't penetrate it. It doesn't pierce you, but that she meant business.
All right, so I jump back immediately. I started cursing in French, like, merde, merde, which is like shit. I like jump back. I was like, put my hands up, and as I do, the sack of coins I have fall to the floor between her and I. And I just back up momentarily.
She says, "You must take me for a foolish girl. Don't try to put your dirty hands on me, you pirate bastard."
But we find ourselves back here in this dark room. So romantic, don't you think?
Yes, I could gut you right here. Don't try anything.
I guess our business here is at a conclusion, dear. You have nothing for me, and you will not take anything from me. I reach down, slowly reaching down, bending at the knee to reach down to grab this sack of coins that I had dropped.
She reaches over and turns the key in the door and pulls the door open. And she says, "Try anything and I'll scream. You'll have 100 pirates on you in a minute."
I mean you no harm. I meant you no harm. So, any last words for the captain when we reunite?
Tell him, when I see him again, he's going to get much worse than you.
Very well. I'll pass that message along.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm so sorry I couldn't have been of more service to you, man.
Yes, well, I'm not interested in the kind of services you would provide.
Au revoir. And I blow her a little kiss.
Man, you rolled so bad on that charisma roll.
Yeah. I did. That's about right. That's about how it plays out for me usually.
Man, if you'd rolled really well, I was gonna say, sure, what the hell? She'll let you kiss her and everything. Why not? You know, who knows? But no, you rolled a 17. She's gonna try to kill you.
Very well.
So you get your coin back, and she makes sure you leave.
I take a moment to compose myself, but that was rather close, rather careless and rather close.
You've got a mark in your armor. You can see where she took a chunk out of the coat. Your coat's going to need to be sewn.
All right, so I stayed back there for a few moments.
She was about an inch away from drawn blood.
I'm trying to think through everything. What was the captain said? Did I leave too early? Did I miss some vital information? That
you're pretty sure at this stage, as you're thinking it through, the captain just fucking sent you on a fucking red herring.
All right, that's as we thought, Silvers. All right, so my goal is.
As you're thinking more about it, you're like, he probably did that to buy himself some time.
Right, just like I thought. Bastard. All right, very well. So after I compose myself, I'm going to go reunite with the group that's doing their thing up there.
So back to the group, they have a few minutes to pass while that was all going on. So, Ronald, you saw Jack slip off behind the door when the owner was leaving and the other two barmen were struggling to keep up with orders. Silvers, you're still at the bar with Robert and your free drinks, which Robert can't hold. And Dom, you're watching the Five Finger Fillet game.
Is there somebody like one of the prostitutes that I could pay like a coin to basically talk with, and that she can help me drink basically?
Oh yeah, she'll come over and talk to you. Oh, you're gonna pay her a coin, as in what kind of coin? Like a silver coin?
Yeah, a piece of 8.
Oh man, you give her a silver, she'll pour drinks down your throat all night.
Well-
That's what I want.
If his nubs are gonna try to pull out more coins once again.
You're gonna have to pull it out for him, yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna like.
So you give the girl one of his silver, and she will stay there and pour drinks down his throat all night.
Yeah,
That's
I tell her now. Be gentle with him, lass. He's damaged goods.
She'll sit on his lap and flirt with him the whole time too.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, a silver dollar is a serious piece of coin, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like I said,
Yeah.
well, it's 5 drinks, but still, I mean, figure that's.
Well, I'm already down like 3 drinks, and I still have 4 left and a half. So.
Okay, so that's Robert the Red as his babysitter for the night. What about Ronald and Simon and Dom while you're there? You got a few minutes before Jack is going to come back out from behind the bar, from behind the the access point to the back rooms.
I also slipped that lady that I spoke to outside a silver for her to approach young Ronnie boy there before
Oh my god.
Did you? Okay,
I
cool.
did.
I'll keep that in mind.
And she's like, the lady that I was talking to was like not one of the more attractive working women in the,
No,
in the
she's
establishment.
right. Gotcha.
But she was one of the cheaper ones. I think.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
understand.
thank you.
She was experienced.
Man, I lived in Detroit for a while. I know the difference between a $5 hoe and a high dollar hoe.
Yeah, she would be somewhere in between, I would think, if you're dating it back to like the 1600s. She still has her teeth, but she's not a young, new to the business. She's been around. She knows how to manipulate young boys.
She has her teeth. That's something.
Yeah. If she approaches him, he tries to fend her off and tries to direct her to Robert. He needs attention. More attention. Please. Move. Thank you.
She'll come back in a bit, but
So Simon sees this, and he's gonna walk over and go, "What's wrong, lad? Don't like the attention of the ladies?"
Oh well, I do, but look at her.
I cough and a little bit of phlegm comes out and I straighten up.
she'll come over to you, Silvers, and say, "Hey, look, I was paid.
Yeah,
Target
well,
doesn't matter to me."
you've been paid? Well, I haven't. And I'll go like this and tell her to kick it.
out of character. This is like turning into Pirate Alpha Blue.
She looks like wounded as she kind of walks away, stifling back the tears.
I'll look down at Ronald and say, "You might want to tell Jack not to make any more business ventures on your behalf. He's a little aggressive."
Yeah. And he turns around to look somewhere else. No women in this.
And as you turn over to look away, you'd see Dutch approach the group again, and he's darted back and forth amongst familiar drunk faces in the crowd. And, he's bummed a pinch of tobacco. He's got a hand-rolled cigarette in his mouth, and he's rolling one up as he approaches, and he has no light. And he's just approaching the group, and he sees Robert the Red struggling with his coin, but he's already got the woman serving him drinks, and he asks her for a match.
She also helped me with my pipe, so he uses my tinder box to help you to light your cigar.
Yeah, she will.
And Dutch will take that lit one, and he'll offer it to you, Robert, if you want it.
And I'm like, I appreciate it, but I have my own tobacco weed that I trust. But thank you.
And he'll pocket it back in the corner of his mouth, and then he'll give the still rolled one.
I look at the woman. Let's say her name is Betsy. There we go. and she brings a glass of grog, and I'm saying, here, that's for you. You've been a good pal. I think you'll fit into the crew nicely.
And I give Betsy the other cigarette. Then she can have it.
And then I look at Dutch and I say quietly, be careful with Silvers and that blackjack fellow. Like I don't know blackjack that well, but I don't trust him.
And
Silvers, well, let's just say he's got a little devil in him, if you know what I mean.
Dutch will just bellow out a lung full of smoke, and he'll give a wink as he nods, and sets back up at the bar by his free drink.
Out of character, when you like bellowed out the smoke, it's almost like when you like smoking weed and then you cough it up or something. What kind of pirates are we anyway? Anyway, we are Dutch pirates, so I guess it fits.
What about you, Dom? You just hanging back watching the games, not partaking, not playing?
He'll participate now that everybody seems to be okay, nothing's happening. He'll participate for a hand or two.
You can go play cards?
No, he'll put his hand out when the game ends.
Oh, 5-finger fillet?
Yeah, he'll throw down the 4 silver. I think you're going to cut me. He puts his hand out.
Well, you have to do it yourself. Here's the deal. You put down the money. You go across 3 times each way. If you don't cut yourself, then you get paid. If you cut yourself, we take your money.
Sounds good, senor.
Dutch sits down across from Dom, and he's ready to play. But I have no money.
Gonna watch him play first.
So I'm gonna have to watch him play.
Wow, that's a big wager. Yeah, we'll take it. So how's this going to work? I think we're going to call it a non-magic saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
Or deck save.
So what's your wisdom save? Your
Wisdom is an 8.
You have 3d6?
3d6.
How many points do you have in luck?
2.
Okay. So roll 3d6. As you're going across the knife, across the table, in between each. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you got to come out on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5 rolls?
No. Just roll once.
11.
No. What were the numbers you rolled?
4, 4, and 3.
Okay, so you have no successes there. So you can use a luck point to re-roll, or else you're going to cut yourself probably on the first pass.
I'll use it. So roll again. I have 5, 6, and 2.
Okay, so that's a partial success. So you're going to cut yourself towards the end of the game. So you can either re-roll to roll it again to try to get a full save, or you can stick with that and lose your money.
I will lose the money.
Okay.
I cut to myself,
fair.
and he smiles.
You go 5 across, 5 back. 5 across, 5 back. And then on the third time across, you just nick the middle finger.
Looks at his hands. Good game. Puts out his hand to shake his the dealer, I guess, or the guy at the house.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand.
Dutch, you're up.
He says, "Thanks for the coin, stranger."
Smiles
I want to play, but I spent the last of my coin on this jug. But a good match, though. Good game. Next round, I'm in. Next time we're in port.
Do you care to play again? Do you have any more
I look at Dutch and I saying, "I'll give you a coin."
I believe it's 4. But I'm in, if that's the case.
The wager's up to yourself.
I'll give you 1 coin.
I'll do it for 1 coin.
And I look at Betsy and
the girl will take a coin out, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm just doing it, for Roberts.
And I said, "But whatever you win, I take half."
Oh, well, I'm just, I think, making a wager with you, I think.
I'm just curious why people.
Hey, he can't play. He's got no fingers.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I played already, and I lost.
You playing for that one coin?
If it'll get me around, indeed. And he draws his blade and tries to spin it in his hand.
We'll see how you do. But here, you got to use this blade. And he hands you the same dirty knife they've been using for the whole time. It's currently got Dom's blood on it.
And so Dutch will drive his own dagger into the table, and he'll accept this one.
No, you get hepatitis. Great.
You're talking 17th century hygiene, you know?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll a non-magic save for me, Justin.
All right. And I think I just have 3d6.
Okay.
I got 1 6.
Okay, that's a partial success. It's not going to be enough.
And I don't know how luck works.
Do you have any luck points?
I don't think so. If it's something you have to earn. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
sure.
a skill. It's a skill based.
Yeah, no. Then I'll just take it. I'll just take that cut.
Yeah, you'll cut yourself on the thumb in the second pass. Good try. And he takes your coin and says, well.
And Dutch will just shake his head and say, "Why does it always got to end that way?"
And then I just say I gave you that money to learn a lesson. That's life is. That's how life is. That's life is. Well said. That's how life is, man. Well, my character's drunk anyway, so.
And what'd you say, Betty? We'll say Betty. No, Betty. That's not a very 17th century Caribbean name. We'll call her Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Okay.
Says to you, she kind of whispers it to you, Dutch. She says, "Well, hey, look at the bright side. You still have your hands."
That's true. I'm still a full man. He says under his breath.
And I just nod for another drink, and I'm just kind of, my mood is dark.
Andrew's still away, is he? I think he is.
No, he just said he's back.
Okay. Did you want to do anything else, Silvers, while this was going on? Because otherwise, Jackson coming back out here.
No, I'm just waiting for him.
Okay. So Jack, you'll come back out at this stage, and you'll see...
Silver's at the bar still, waiting for Colin to return.
Yeah, Silver's. Robert's at the bar with a girl sitting in his lap feeding him drinks. Ronald, are you still sticking close to Silver's or what? Where is Ronald gone? Is Ronald still up at the bar, kind of close to Silver's?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you can see Dutch and Dom are over by the five-finger fillet table, both looking a little bit verklempt, for lack of a better word.
I'm dipping my thumb in my shot.
So as I walk through the tavern towards the bar where Silver and the rest are, keeping my eye on the boys playing the knife game at the table. Also keep my eye out for Magdalena and see if she's ready to stick another dagger in my back. But I approach them.
She goes behind the bar and starts talking to the two men behind the bar in hushed tones.
Okay, so I approach the bar and I talk to Silvers, keeping my peripheral view on her and see what she's doing there in the background. Seems the gig's up, friend. What we thought was the case might very well be so. The lady we were sent here to see has no information. She alluded that maybe it was Bloody Tom's ploy to get us here so he could carry out his business without us.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, me neither. I don't like the man. Once he was good, but he's been soured for a long time.
Well, I've anticipated his betrayal. Paid Collins a little bit of pocket money, me and Robert did, to have him go and get the doctor tonight. So if he's going to try something on us, we'll be ready.
I do not like being marooned here, so... Though the ship is not much, it is all that we have. If he makes a move on us, we must make sure that we not only end him, but end his reign as captain of the ship.
Now, you're a master of the code. How much does the ship owe Robert over here? And I nod over at him, sitting on the stool with the woman in his lap. It's a lot of lost limbs.
Technically speaking, he is owed 1,600 silver pieces at this point.
He has hold a small fortune,
Yep.
enough to buy an island and as many ladies as he'd want for the rest of his days.
Now, would you be fitting to say it's enough according to the code to buy a boat?
To buy the boat?
The boat?
The Silver Devil is his if he wants it.
I mean,
You mean
in
the
my
Silver
opinion,
Devil? I mean, you can get the Silver Devil for considerably probably less than that, actually, at the moment.
Yeah, the man is owed more than the boat we rode in on.
You could
Then
probably
it's-
get 2 or 3 Silver Devils for that.
Then it
Now-
might be of my opinion that Bloody Tom owes the boat to Robert.
He's marooned us here. I don't know if he's a man of honor, if he's a man to hold up to the code, but the math is correct. The arithmetic is correct. He is owed that and more.
Well, what I'm thinking is we don't rely on his charity. If it comes down to it, we take the boat and we let him know that he's square.
So what's left at the boat? Just Mr. Houston, or maybe the captain himself.
Mr. Houston, whatever remaining kind of rations were aboard.
Did you talk to the boy, the new one we just hired, or the one that we found on the street there? Did you talk to him? Did you query about him taking steps towards freeing ourselves of the captain?
I didn't yet. He was busy playing games with knives. And I'll throw my head back at the table.
And this Colin, this red-headed man that I saw leave earlier, did he say how long he was going to be before he would be returning with this Dr. Zed?
Shortly. He'll be back shortly, and I believe it too. Nothing you can trust more than a man that accepts cold hard silver.
Yes, there's few to be trusted in this place. And I look over with a cutting eye towards the exotic knife-wielding woman just off to my side.
Yeah, she's no longer wielding the knife. It's hidden again.
Right. Be careful of the one over there, the one we were sent here to see. She took liberties with me in the back.
Oh. And I look down at the big gash that's coming out of his armor.
Right.
What kind of liberties?
Let's say she wasn't as good with her dagger as she was with other parts of her body.
She attacked you?
She did indeed attack me. I might have been a little forward with my advances in her
But
defense.
it's no excuse to attack a member of this crew.
Did you not know that she was once the lover of the captain we now speak illy of? That she has a child by him, and that he was coming here and paying her to keep the child? She said he hasn't been in a while.
There's the thought. Perhaps we were supposed to waste our time by tying her up so he could go visit the child.
That's a good point. If she said, though, that he didn't carry through with their arrangement, that he hasn't paid for the child in some time, he may have came to collect the child. I did not get the information of how old the child was.
Well, we know Bloody Tom is getting old. Perhaps he's worrying about his legacy.
I know not of this, but that's the first I've heard. I've been with the man for a while. This is the first I've heard of this child, but I fear that I cannot pursue any more information from her. Maybe you will be of better luck. I don't think she wants to talk to me anymore.
No. The only conversation I'll be having with her is one 6 feet underground.
Oh, no need, sir. She did not hurt me. If anything, it was only my pride that was injured. How did our boy do? I look over to you, Ronnie. Did you like the gift I sent your way?
I sent it to Robert, but she decided to have a look on Silvers, and he didn't like her either.
Why not?
I
You
pushed her
must
down
have
like the sea
poorly.
monster she was. What are you trying
Yeah.
to do to me? So, what are you trying to do to me?
I'm
You
just
know
trying
nothing about women.
Apparently I do not. And again, I slightly finger the gash upon my
Yeah.
tunic. I'm just trying to let everyone have a good time, to enjoy ourselves in this dour situation that we're in. Surely you do not you're not angry at me for doing such. We're here for a week.
Robert seems to be having a good time.
Well, let me ask you, Jack. How long exactly did you search around for a prostitute? Or did you just take the biggest one you saw?
She was willing to work. The others were already preoccupied. If you do not want her services, then maybe she'll honor the money I paid her and pay me a visit. There's a flop house down the street, 2 doors down, said Magdalena. But I fear we need to get your friend taken care of here. No offense, Mr. Red. You are in rough shape, and we need to make sure that you're able to travel. For if there's a fight to come with our old captain, we need every man on deck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a flop house if we need rest for the evening. Maybe I'll find this one that you all choose not to lie with and lie with her myself. Where did she go?
No, Jack. We be not whalers, we're pirates.
I laugh heartily at that. It's been a long time at sea and some time in a prison, my friend. You would do well to ease your mind of such things so you can think clearly when the time comes.
Yes.
But you wait for your friend Colin. I'll do what I must. And I start walking over towards the lady with the mole on her cheek.
You'll find her eventually, yeah.
I start chatting her up again. I'm actually asking for information about Magdalena this time, and if there was any history of this description of Jack, or sorry, not Jack, description of Tom Bledsoe, and if she knew of any history of that man coming in here and interacting with Magdalena.
She doesn't seem to know anything about Tom, but she doesn't strike you as being entirely too bright either.
Right.
But she says Magdalena, well, she's a fiery one. Don't fuck with her. You know, this is Colin's place, but Magdalena, she kind of runs it.
Now that key, that door left unlocked when I exited? Was the room, the back door unlocked when I left it?
Well, the woman had opened it and held it open for you while you walked out. She'd have taken the key.
Okay. There's a door locked again and closed. I'm going to bring this trollop back there if I can.
Oh, no. I got a much better place. We don't want
She
to go
left. Oh, very well. Lead on then. But I must be back quickly.
She doesn't lay down in Magdalena's territory. No, she'll take you outside, out towards the jungle. There's a nice soft spot in the bushes.
Yeah, I'm not looking to have intercourse with this lady. Just a little fellatio and let's move
Whatever,
on.
man. You don't have to doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough. That's what I'm doing.
About a lot with your coin.
All right, I'm preoccupied.
But Jack is gone. Anybody else want to do anything in the bar, or are you just going to hang out and wait for Zed to come back?
Dom will go back to the bar, head over to Silver and them. Mi amigos, what's going on?
Oh, not too much, Dom. We managed to pay off the bartender to go find the doctor. Now we're just waiting.
Good. And our first mate went off to have some fun, yes?
He's preoccupied.
Good. Dom just sticks around, buys a few drinks for the fellas, and just observes. He's watching the pocket of the guy that took his money.
Oh yeah, that guy's making a lot of
Just
money.
see how much he makes, and then
most people are gambling with copper coins rather than silver dollars. But yeah, he's making money all night long.
Does he have anybody watching with him or backing him up?
He's got a few people that he seems to stick pretty close to, talks to quite a bit. It looks like if you watch him for a while, you can identify about 3 rough types who all look to be kind of watching his back for him.
Damn. That's what he'll do. He'll wait till he's asked to do something or by the guys. He's just watching.
Okay. How about Ronald?
He's standing around the bar, just staring.
Not interested in gambling.
No, not really. Asking Silvers a few minutes later, what's Blackjack doing outside?
Taking in the local fauna, I imagine.
Oh, I see.
Now, a question I have for you all. You've been with the captain a while, save for you, Dutch. What do you think of him, honestly?
He hasn't paid us. He's nearly starved us. And he looks at Red, and he's butchered some of us.
Aye to that.
What's your spiel there, my friend?
Oh, you know me, nothing. Just testing the waters.
Loyalty only goes so far, but coin, and he pulls out a few pieces of 8 and twirls them on his finger, lasts forever.
I think,
Not an agreement.
well, I think I get where you're coming from, Don, but you, Ronald, you're young. Have you ever thought about the bell you might ring if you commit an act such as mutiny?
What do you suggest?
Well, most of us have been around long enough to have mutinied a few times at least. Why, Robert over there, he has mutiny in all of his pockets.
I just scowl at you again.
But what I'm saying is the captain may have just tried to double-cross us, and if it turns out to be the case, I'm wondering how unhappy you all would be if Jack were to assume control of the ship.
He has paid us 4 silver. It works for me.
True.
It's 4 silver more than the captain's paid you guys in the last several weeks.
Aye, and he owes me, after the Pirates Code, quite a bit of coin.
That he does.
Yeah, it was just a
1,600
small
pieces of
fortune.
8.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Jack being the captain.
Then I would recommend us deal with him before he gets his 54 crewmates.
Aye. So then it brings us to the rather unpleasant prospect of setting up an ambush for our dear old captain.
Find where he's at, slit his throat when he sleeps. Be done with it quick.
I shoot Dutch a wink.
And
Or-
at the wink, Dutch's hands will just rest on his pistols, and he's smiling. He likes what he's hearing.
That is quite loud, my friend. A knife, and he pulls out his knife quite quickly, is quite a better fit. Or he looks at what does the woman have to deal with this? He points to Magdalene. Maybe she can be used as a bargaining chip or bait.
Perhaps, but it is my understanding that we would be doing him a favor if we got rid of the old bag.
It's one thing to commit mutiny, but I will not be part of killing any innocent bystanders. She might be fiery, but she also is a mother to a child, and she has really nothing to do with this. We can do this other ways, too.
I must agree, Red. I do not like harming little niños. But, yes. Why don't we just slit his throat? He's got to go back to the ship sometime.
Why
Press
don't
gang.
we just take the ship?
Because he has a map. And if it's true, he has a map, and it leads us
Does he
to...
really?
He has something.
Not necessarily. He might have just made it up to keep us going, following him, and not mutinying. The fact that he sent us on a wild goose chase, on a red herring, on a wild goose chase, shows that he's trying to buy some time to get something done. And I'm guessing he's convinced about, because Blackjack has been quite vocal about critique of our captain, that we are up to something.
There are 6 of you, 7 if you include Houston. That's enough to sail the ship. The problem is, though, that would leave you in the same predicament you were in before you got here, where you have a small ship, a small crew, very few guns.
Then why don't we press gang a few people into our crew?
Why? And my question is, how could we make coin here? How could we find here some coin? I mean, this governor is I'm sure fat and rich.
Elizabeth leans down and kind of whispers in your ear, Red. She says, well, actually, if you're looking for coin, she says, I saw a group of men heading off into the jungle. Pretty sure they were pirates. They had a lot of bags and boxes with them.
Why don't you, I basically ask her to repeat that to the group. Just saying...
Oh, well, she's like, please, I'm shy.
Okay, then I say, so apparently what Elizabeth is saying here is that there's some pirates going into the jungle with a lot of boxes and stuff to possibly get some booty of some sort.
And Dutch will lean into Elizabeth closer to her and say, how long ago was this?
Oh, it's just after nightfall.
Can I see if she's lying? Can I do like an inside check of some sort?
Sure. Roll wisdom.
Okay, I've got 6 in wisdom. I have to roll under, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I rolled a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not like bullshitting you anyway.
It might not be bad to follow them and see what they're after.
Were they encumbered with equipment and wares? Did they have gear?
Yeah, they were carrying lots of bags and boxes, and they all had weapons too. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they were pirates, but you might want to be careful. There were at least 6 of them.
And you don't recognize any of them from town, do you?
No, they're not locals. I could show you where I saw them last if you want.
I look at my stump, and I'm saying, well, one thing after another is that we got to do something about this, because I'm no use to you with this. I get myself some kind of hook or something. So
First we get Robert those new hands so he can use them to steal.
Okay. So it's going to be about another hour before the doctor and Colin are going to come back. So you guys are going to hang tight, wait for that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's take a real quick bio break then. If everybody wants to take a few minutes, use the restroom, get a drink, etc., and then we'll resume. All right.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
Cool.
There we go. Wrong ear. Okay, I am refreshed. Who are we waiting for? We're still waiting for Troy, yeah?
I think so.
Everybody else is here. That's good. Come on, Canada. Oh, sorry, you're Canadian too, aren't you, Justin? I can't make all my Canada jokes now.
I'm sure you can.
They're multiplying. Actually a pretty good mix. We got 2 Canadians, 2 in the United States, and 2 in Germany.
Yep. It's pretty mixed, pretty international cast here.
One of us is even an expatriate.
Well, yeah, I didn't count myself in the mix. Actually, 2 of us technically. Sean's an expatriate too, in theory.
Well, I'm still. Well, I don't live in America, but I'm still American citizen.
Yeah,
So.
I'm still an American citizen, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Then I'm an expatriate for sure.
I haven't lived in the United States since 2006, so.
I'm actually technically an abroad-born citizen, so because I was born in Germany, so it's like a long story, but.
You're what we affectionately refer to as a mess.
Pretty much, yeah. Hot mess.
I can't remember. Are you 11 hours behind me?
I think I'm 12 hours.
13 hours in front of me.
I think I'm behind you guys.
Is it... Okay, hold on. Is it Friday afternoon or is it Saturday afternoon for you?
Friday afternoon, 1:46.
So you're 12 hours behind me. Got it. Oh, wait. It's 1:46?
In the afternoon, yeah.
You're 11 hours behind me. Yeah, got
Well,
it.
we need Ian. We need people's nationality flags behind them. This is like what foreigners think of Americans. Hey guys, just showed up for my game. Where'd I put my gun?
Vote Trump.
Make America great.
Okay, Troy's back. So we're ready to go. Is that tea or coffee you're drinking, Troy?
No more drinks.
Oh, okay. So, Colin comes back, and he's got the doctor with him. The doctor is kind of an old, kind of crazy-looking guy, actually. He's got this whitish hair, and it's very bald on top, but it's really long on the sides and the back, and it's kind of sticking every which way. He looks like he's wearing some kind of 17th century pajamas, basically. Colin says, those are the guys over there. And Magdalena comes over to Colin right away and says, I need to talk to you. And he says, all right, fine. He says, here's your doctor. He says, delivered as requested. Magdalena.
I'll say, you fulfilled your end of the bargain. I release you. Which he doesn't even know what was at stake.
Right, he has no clue. Yes, the doctor comes over and says, right, so who's the patient? Oh.
Me,
right.
And I just kind of look up my stub here and then my arm, my hand, saying, me.
Oh my, he says, this is going to be some work. Right, I'll have to take him under full examination and see what the damage is and see what I can do. Yes, you'll have to come and stay at my estate. Is that okay? And he's talking to Robert.
Sure thing.
Robert, you are still pretty drunk.
It's like, sure thing, my man. Let's do this.
He says,
Leroy Jenkins.
Who are his companions here? Who's with him?
I be with him.
Right, of
And,
course. You probably want to come with him, I'm sure. I understand. You'll want to keep an eye on your friend.
I kind
and,
of.
And you too, sir. Yes, of course. I have room for both of you.
What about Elizabeth? Could she accompany him and help him?
Who? Who's Elizabeth?
This lady here.
And she says, I can accompany him too if you have the coin. And she's looking, waiting for somebody to hand her another coin.
I
How
give her
much?
another coin.
Enough with the stubs. And I go into his pocket and pull out a copper and try to give it to her.
She laughs and starts to walk away.
I don't go anywhere. If he wants you, he'll have you. Here's a silver piece.
Right, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of you then. Right, okay.
I would go along as well. I've been long back. And bragged about my exploits in the woods to the boys.
Who are you?
I'm the first
Yeah.
mate.
Who are you?
I'm running out of room here, but I suppose someone can sleep. Let's see. There's the cot, there's the hammock, there's the sofa.
I'm just gonna go here with
You'll
Silvers.
be in the patient's bed. Don't worry. He says. You just don't excite yourself too much. Relax. And she, I guess, is with you. So yeah, I've got room for all 5 of you.
Everybody come
go?
out. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Who's the boy?
He's a
I'm
good
Rod.
lad. He's one of the crew.
Well, you'll have to sleep on the floor. I've run out of places for people to sleep, but sure, you can come, lad. You're young enough. I'm sure
I don't mind.
you can manage.
Hurry on now. Our boy's in rough shape, as you can see. And we have much to take care of, much business to it.
Yes, that's
You're
right.
killing boy.
Just be quiet, Robert.
Now, who are we missing here? Is it Dutch? Mr. Dutch, will you be coming with us?
Indeed, I could join you. I don't take up much room. I could stay in the stables even.
I'm just looking at him.
Stables, but
He's Dutch.
you can
He is Dutch, and he's called Dutch.
you can share the floor with the boy.
Excellent.
Right, 6, 7 of you. My goodness. Well, the money that your captain has sent me is good enough, so come along.
The captain sent you money, you say?
Yes. Considerable amount. He paid quite a lot for this procedure, so.
What exactly is this procedure?
And when did you talk to the captain?
The captain was at my house 12 hours ago. He left shortly before Colin arrived.
And will he be returning to your house, sir?
No, I don't think so. He's paid me the money to fit this man with the prosthetic hand. Well, I wouldn't call it a hand, but it'll do. He'll be able to pick things up and manipulate certain objects. He won't be able to clap ever again, I'll tell you that, but...
We've had little to applaud.
And I just laugh at that. See, he's funny.
I reckon your harpsichord playing days are over as well, but... come, back to the house. I'll show you what I have in mind. Essentially, it's a double hook piece. It's 2 hooks, which you'll be able to manipulate with the remaining muscles in your forearm. You'll be able to clasp things with them, and well, they can be sharpened to quite a point too if you're ever a fix and you need to gut somebody, just like a fish,
Yes, there's a couple of people that like gutting. I kind of like just look around a bit.
Well,
Shifty.
I think that's the cue. Robert's ready to go. But before we take off, I need just a moment. Start getting them ready. And I'll start rolling up my sleeves and wink at Jack as I walk outside.
Okay.
What do you think?
Do I see any stones?
Any stones outside? Sure, you'll be able to find a stone.
I don't need anything big, just like a boulder.
I don't need anything big, just a boulder.
You know, like a 2-foot rock would do. It doesn't have to be like
Sure,
huge.
sure, yeah. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go over to it. And I'm gonna cast Rock Speak.
Oh, yeah, what does rock speech do?
Lets me summon an Earth Elemental.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you want some kind of someone to block as you're doing this? Like, is there any
That one.
somatic maneuvers with this spell? Are you trying to be discreet?
I'm probably like I probably walked out around the edge of the building towards the woods to find it.
Yeah. No
But
problem.
I'm completely mesmerized by this this usage of magic
You're
that Silvers
following
has
it?
exhibited. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on him. I'm just trying to take it all in.
Okay. What are you going to do as you cast rock speech on this boulder?
I'm going to turn the boulder into a sparrow. So I roll up my sleeves, I hold out my hands, and I start uttering like weird clicking and popping sounds, the dark speech from the coast of Africa and its evil sorcery. And I start forming the rock into the form of a bird. And once it like actually gets fully completed, you see the rock turn into feathers and sprout off of it. And I tell the bird, "Go find Bloody Tom and tell me where he is." That's his order.
Okay. Let's see. It will obey basic commands, but is usually very slow. Reverse to areas of great corruption. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna expedite it also.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta roll my d6.
Oh, okay, yep.
I got a 3, so it doesn't cause an earthquake.
Right. Cool. So it will fly off. So you see him turn this 2-foot kind of diameter little boulder into a large sparrow-like rock bird, and it flies away after he mumbles something to it.
Yeah, where I was once skeptical and thought he was like demonic and everything, it's starting to, my view of him and his abilities are starting to get a little less. I'm less fearful than I once was when I was trying to get him kicked off the ship.
Okay.
Yep, so with that, I'll turn around and see him kind of watching me and unroll my sleeves again and say, all right, if the captain's up to something, we're going to find out about it.
The doctor's still in the bar with, who's getting Robert ready to go besides Elizabeth? Who's going to help support him?
Dutch will, because Dutch is kind of interested in Elizabeth too. Because she talked about those people going off in the woods, and she's.
I bet he is. Yeah. Okay. Sure, Dutch.
Yeah,
So
but
Dutch is helping there.
Robert does appreciate Dutch too.
So the doctor then will be talking to Dom and Ronald. He'll be like, "So what happened to him anyway? What happened to his arms?"
I think the captain tried to use him as fish bait. He'll whisper that down so nobody really hears it. He took one for the team, for the crew.
Really?
Be careful with the. Be careful with women you swim with.
Women? A woman did this to him?
Yes. My friend, let me tell you a tale, and he kind of pulls him aside and starts telling him all kinds of lies.
Okay. Wow. He says it's fascinating. Madness to imagine. Well, anyway, we'll get him fixed up nice, and he should be, well, it's going to be pretty painful. It's going to take him some getting used to, but, I could have the new hand fixed to him before morning and take him a few days to kind of get used to it probably from there. He'll be clumsy for a while, but it'll give him some functionality anyway, you know.
And the mangled foot?
So I was only paid to fix him a hand.
Oh no. Do we have to
can't-
carry him around all the time?
Right, I was told he could walk. Can he not walk?
Walk. It's more like crawling speed.
I mean, I don't, replacing a leg is a bit beyond me. A hand I can do, but a full arm or a leg, I don't think I could do anything with that.
Out of character, would I be able to procure a crutch that
I
I could use?
suppose I could take the whole thing off and fix him with a wooden one.
Done.
Given
There we
the
go.
given the substantial amount of money that your captain has paid me, I'd be willing to do that if you wish. We're gonna have to knock him out pretty good though, because he's gonna fight like a son of a bitch when I saw that leg off.
Oh, that's no problem. That's okay.
When he wakes up, we'll just say Silver asked his very close to him, wanted him all fixed up when he finds out his new leg is wooden.
Okay, well, let's go. Where is Silver's anyway? And Jack,
I don't know.
Jack, I was told Jack was in charge. Is Jack not in charge? Is Silver's in charge?
They must be outside. Let's catch up with them.
Yes, let's go.
Don't know what kind of fun they'll be in.
I'm not going to get any sleep tonight at all, and it'll be practically noon but tomorrow by the time I'm done with the leg and all. You're lucky I happen to have a piece already carved off, so otherwise it could be days waiting.
Very good.
So they'll come outside, and as you guys are kind of outside the place, coming back towards the place, Silvers and Jack.
So we're off then. You have everything you need, ready to do this procedure?
Yes, 2 procedures, I believe. I'm told you want me to replace the leg, yes? Is that right?
Do what you can to make him whole again.
Wait, what? No, he doesn't want the leg replaced.
No? But
That's a good idea.
No, it's wounded. It's not missing.
I'll end up like the Family Guy pirate with the four legs.
What say we take the leg in case gangrene doth set in while we're at sea?
well, I suppose we should ask the patient himself. What do you think, Mr. Red?
Well, obviously I don't want my leg off. I'll get a crutch. Blimey sea bastards.
He must live, though. He must live. Let me be
Oh,
clear.
I live all right. I'm gonna live on my hatred alone.
This man is living. You talk as if he's dead. Look at him.
Let's get him back to my house, and I'll have a look, and I'll see what I can do with the leg.
Without him, we have no ship.
Get me the hook hand and a crutch, and I'll be good to go.
So he'll take you back. His house is on the north side of town. It's a big, big house. He's a pretty wealthy man. Yeah, he's got servants and everything. Pretty sure from the way that he talks to them, they don't seem to be slaves, but they're still big and dark-skinned and pretty intimidating looking. They don't have any firearms on them, but they have these short swords on their sides that are kind of partially curved and look really sharp and nasty and foreign. And he takes you in to his nice big house and takes you to what would be, like a sitting room kind of area. And he says, well, there you go. There's the sofa there. One of you can sleep on there. There's the hammock is out on the front porch. It's going to be dry tonight. I think you'll be fine out there. There's a roof on it anyway, so you should be dry either way. It's warm enough. One of you can sleep on the hammock. He says, he gets one of the men. He says, you go bring the cot down and set it up. One of them can sleep here on the cot. And the other 2 will have to sleep on the floor there. The patient and the young lady that's with him, they will stay in the operation room.
I will stay with the patient as long as I can.
Well, just don't get in the way and don't talk to me while I'm operating. That's all I ask.
Fair enough. I'll stay at the door, but I will stay close by. Silvers, I suggest you get someone with a window for your little messenger, if you will.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe the hammock outside on the porch. No? You're shaking your head? No.
No,
Okay.
I want to.
Cot, yeah, set the cot up by the window.
I will, I'll just sit on the ground and lean against a wall. But I'm going to go to a window to do it.
Okay.
Dom will throw himself on the couch.
Okay. Dom's on the couch.
Did the silver paid to you by our glorious captain cover a bottle of fine drink for my other men as they sit and wait for slumber to approach? Surely a man of your means has a bottle sitting around.
Of course, yes. He calls one of the servants over and says, "Go get them a bottle of get them a bottle of Cuban rum." Bring it to the men in the living room, in the sitting room.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Robert? This is going to be painful, friend.
Yeah.
I suggest you bite something.
He's gonna give him some kind of let's see, how would he administer any kind of anesthesia? I suppose it'd just be something that you'd swallow, yeah?
Maybe laudanum.
Chew on or something.
Hmm. Yep.
Like drops or even chloroform, maybe.
Chloroform, but yeah. So he's going to try to put you down as best as he can, Robert. He says, actually, it's probably a good thing you're here. And he takes some huge leather straps and lays them over top of Robert as he's laying on the bed. He says, here. He says, we'll tie him down, but you'll need to make sure if he gets up, you need to hold him down.
Something to bite down to, right? Also, like a piece of leather.
Oh, no, it's a piece of wood, yeah.
Piece of wood, yeah.
Yeah, a big brown piece of wood they stick in your mouth.
Yeah.
Grind your teeth.
Elizabeth, love, I'd ask you to hold his hand, but you see the trouble with that. Maybe come stand with me as the doctor does his work.
Hold the stump.
You're a cruel man, Jack. You're a cruel man. And yeah, so he'll get to work. He'll examine the leg. And he'll say, "Well, I think the leg will heal okay. He'll still be able to walk on it. He can walk on it now, just slowly. It'll limp. He'll never be able to run again with it, but I don't believe that his life is in any danger from it. Do you want me to take it anyway to be safe?"
What did the man say?
Which man?
The man that lies before us now. Did he tell you to take his leg? He told you to save it, did he not?
He wanted to keep it, yeah.
Well, listen to the man.
He's drunk. I'm asking you. And you're in charge. That's what the captain said.
I'm first mate. I'm not in charge of this man's life going forward. If he said to keep the leg, drunk or not, we will honor his wishes.
Fine. Let's work for me that way. Maybe didn't need to give him quite so much laudanum. Oh well. Anyway.
You should sleep.
The hand should be, it'll be tough enough. And so he sets about this operation. It's a pretty gruesome procedure. He's going to end up cutting his arm open, and there's going to be, it'll be pretty, yeah, Elizabeth will be really turned off by it, and will have to avert her eyes. She does not want to see it.
I, however, am not. Like, I am taking note of everything that's happening. I would like for you to give me the option potentially if I was to roll well on an intelligence check to maybe get a +1 to my medicine check going forward.
You mean like a +1, like get an extra bonus to your medicine skill?
Yeah, if I roll extremely high. Let's say I'm intelligent and I'm definitely trying to learn everything that I come across that's new. So I'm taking note of the measures he's taking to cut off the blood flow as he does these things, and just general operation things.
Roll a d20 for me. Tell me what you get.
I rolled a 17, and my intelligence is 16.
No. You have no idea what all he's going about, what all he's doing. It's actually almost like magic itself.
Very good.
The procedure he's doing is very, very much ahead of its time, and yeah, I mean he's actually like
He's like graphing on like.
detaching. Yeah, he's like detaching muscles and attaching them to this artificial like piece that he's attaching. Yeah,
All right.
he's attaching the muscles in such a way that he'll be able to flex his arm in ways to move the claws in a way that they'll be like a pincher type thing, you know. So he'll be able to actually grab and pick up like a small glass or a key or, you know.
All right. So just as Silver's magic is such a thing that I'm mesmerized by, this is the same. So I'm like unblinking as I watch him go through this entire process, even though it's beyond me.
Yeah, he's going to work on him all night. I mean, the sun will be up well before he'll finish the operation. So you going to sit there the whole night with him?
As long as I physically can stay awake, yeah, I'll be watching the procedure and making
You can
sure that
probably force yourself to stay awake through the whole thing. You'll be pretty exhausted come morning, but yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. What about the rest of you? I know Dom is sleeping on the couch. Did anybody take the hammock outside or the cot inside?
If nobody's going to the hammock, yeah, I'll take Dead Man's hammock.
Okay.
With my probably almost gone bottle of Swish. I'll take that out with me.
Yep.
Ron is sleeping on the ground.
Okay, Ron's sleeping on the floor.
I'm gonna sleep at the window, waiting for the return of the bird.
Okay. The bird will come back after a little while. And it'll say to you, the captain, last seen going into the jungle to the north, heading towards a large tribal settlement. He visited several houses of ill repute within the town before heading out.
How many men went with him?
He went alone.
So I'll get up then and go relay the information to Jack. Because that to me seems somehow related to what we were told about the men who went into the woods by Elizabeth.
Right. Okay.
So you open the door and you see me like literally leaning on the wall at this point with my head kind of bobbing up and down, just fighting off the sleep as I watch these last moments of the operation.
You awake, Jack?
What is it, Silvis?
I've got like the stone bird on my.
The doctor said, "Shh! I told you, be quiet in the operating room. If something goes wrong here now, it could be tragic for this man."
Very good. One moment. Keep an eye on him, Elizabeth.
Get
I'll
out.
step aside.
Out. Both of you.
Easy. Focus. I step out through the slightly cracked door and join Silvers in the hallway there. What word from your bird, your stone monstrosity, my friend?
What's the word from the bird?
The word from the bird is that the captain went into the woods alone, deep into an area full of tribal people.
Dangerous. He must have connections with someone to venture forth by himself. I don't know this history of the captain.
This does not sound like a man who stopped to recrew. Sounds like a man who has buried treasure. You can see like gold coins in Silver's eyes.
Did your summon? Could he tell us which direction?
To the north.
Shall we send a team, or shall we wait for your friend to recover? It will take a long time. This doctor is doing things I can't imagine. I've never seen someone work so skillfully. But your friend will be in. It will take him days to regain energy to travel and land.
Well, I don't know how much I trust this doctor.
Yes, if he was paid by the captain, we have come to the conclusion that the captain is no friend and has turned, then Yes, he's not trustworthy.
I mean, at the very least, the captain probably is going to try to take that out of the pay that's owed to Robert. And since we weren't there when he paid him, we actually don't know how much silver exchanged hands.
What do you suggest, Silvers? I'm tired. I cannot think. I cannot think properly. What do you suggest we do? You can go forth if you want. Do you think he's affiliated or friend to these Aboriginals, these locals, these people of this island?
Well,
are you going into a trap, into a pit that you will not return from? Or has he gone alone to be stealthy and to avoid confrontation with these peoples?
I say we take everyone except Robert and we go there together and catch him while he's in the act.
You trust this man, then?
I trust the doctor to be greedy.
My calling purse is little. What will you offer him? The man has much already, much more than we can offer.
He doesn't know how light our coin purses are. We'll tell him that we all need to leave, but for watching the man with none of us here, we'll pay him a hefty sum on our return. That should at least keep him alive.
I agree. We can go this route. We must find the captain before he flees the island with any potential treasure.
Because in my opinion, we should go and we should get him now while he's in the act. He obviously doesn't want us to see what he's doing.
How long till sunrise? I've lost track of the time.
Only a couple of hours.
Gather the men. Get them ready.
I think they're all sleeping.
Wake them then. Rouse them. We'll head out immediately. We'll have word with this doctor first. Come on. And I open the door back up for us to step inside.
And I say, "Aye, Captain," instead of first mate.
I cringe a little at that because that's not my wish, but let's carry on then. Let's get this new day started, shall we?
Okay. So you go back into the operating room. Doctor's still working away, and he greets you with a shh.
You will not have to worry about us making noise. We will be leaving momentarily, but we insist you take care of our friend until our return.
What kind of a doctor would I be if I didn't take care of him? Get out of here. You're just distracting me.
We will leave the girl.
Take this wench with you.
No, she must stay with him. He must have a familiar face when he awake. For if not, he will be delirious, and you may be at the other end of the hook that you are attaching to him now. We wouldn't want to see that, would we?
Whatever. Just get out of here. I'm busy.
I'll toss the trollop a silver piece.
Okay.
Elizabeth, dear, take good care of him, will you? Get him whatever he needs, and we will be sure to pay the bill when we return.
She nods, afraid to speak.
I go over to him momentarily, and I just put my hand on what's left of his torso, and I say a little voodoo African prayer under my breath, and I turn to walk out, yawning basically because I'm dead tired on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we're outside, I'm gonna pick up pace. I'm outside the room, that is. I'm gonna pick up the pace and start going to wake everybody.
Okay.
Like I see Ronald, I'll kick Ronald's leg. Up, lad, up.
When Dutch gets up from the hammock, there's a smash as his swish bottle breaks and he's groggily dropped it. But then he's assembled the group.
Yep, we get Dom, shake Dom to wake him up.
He's sheaths back his knife as he's waking up. He looks around as if he doesn't know what he wants, and you hear, "Mom?" Oh, puts back his knife. I'm ready.
Aye. So then we will gather under our new captain here.
Yeah, I find like a cold basin of water or whatever and just splash it on my face and rinse out my mouth and do whatever I can to best make myself alert and ready. I was like, okay, Silver's here has informed me that the captain, Mr. Bloody Tom himself, has gone into the woods to get the map or get the treasure, something. He's gone in alone, gone in to interact with the locals. We will follow him and we will see what he's up to. And if he is retrieving treasure, then we will take said treasure. And if we must, we will take the captain's life. Does anyone disagree with this? Say so now. For some could see it as being against the code. Speak up.
Dom will rub his brushels. I hope your decisions are profitable, my captain.
We will have a vote once this is at its conclusion. I will offer my insight and suggestions. You can call me captain if you must, but I would be preferred to be called first mate until such time that Mr. What's his name?
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe is no more.
Then if you let me, I'll call you first mate for now. And yes, I've been looking for action, whittling away my coin purse here in Tortuga for the last little while.
Well, let's hope all of our purses are a little heavier at the end of this day.
Aye.
So, Silvers, lead on then. Your little birdie told you which direction. North
Yes.
is pretty general.
So I can give the bird simple commands. So I'll just say, take us in the direction.
Okay. It can fly. Just trying to think of how long that spell would last.
Yeah, it doesn't really give a time on it.
Well, it does give time. All spells generally last a turn, or if you're specialized in the school, they last 2 turns, which is about 20 minutes, but I'm being a little bit more generous than that. You might actually have to cast the spell again, though, if you want it to.
We just use a
Okay.
compass or whatever. I just need to know which direction is north. I don't care about the
Okay.
bird actually leading us.
Okay. Yeah, you can figure out north anyway easily enough and head off. And you will find a trail. Pretty easy to tell. A trail that's been traveled recently. So you guys will wander off, and it'll be about an hour. So the hint of dawn is starting to show. You know, the sky is starting to lighten up a bit, and the stars are fading away. There's lots of sounds here in the jungle, insects and birds and all kinds of things making strange sounds in the dark. You're all being eaten alive by mosquitoes, probably getting bit left, right, and center. I'd like everybody to make a non-magic save for me, in fact. Not everybody, but everybody who's currently traveling with Silvers into the jungle. So everybody but poor Robert.
Dutch got 1-6. So an impartial or partial
Partial
success.
success, okay.
So only 6s count, right?
Yeah.
No 5s or anything. Okay,
Nope.
I got 2 6s.
1 6.
I'm going to re-roll with a luck point.
Okay.
Dom's got 2.
Got 2 6s, okay.
I'm going to re-roll with a luck point.
And another luck point spent.
No malaria
partial.
for you.
Partial success.
So we got partial success for Silvers, Ron, and Dutch. Was it Dutch had a partial success? Yeah. Okay. So you're all getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Dutch, Silvers, and Ronald will feel pretty ill the next day, but it's not going to affect you right now.
Okay.
You'll make another save the next day to see how you get on. But For the meantime, anyway, as you're traveling along, now let's see, who's leading the way? You are, Silvers?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a bushcraft check.
Okay. Think I have anything in bushcraft, so...
Yeah, just straight d6.
Oh, I got a 6.
Okay. You hear sounds. You can hear, okay, you still hear the insects and the lizard croaking and the bird sounds and the chirping. Some of those chirps are probably lizards too, you're sure. But then you hear a sound that sounds out of place. It's like a twig breaking off to your left.
They're on top of us on the left side, lads. Draw! And I'll pull out my gun.
Okay.
Dutch will produce a pistol.
Dagger.
Dom will actually try to hide and flank if he can.
What, you're going to head into the jungle, into the trees?
How big is how big is the path?
The trail's only a few feet wide. It's not very big at all.
He'll enter, but he won't go too far. He'll just try to hide so he can
Roll stealth for
attack.
me.
Will do. Stealth +2. 7?
Okay,
6?
yeah, you're hidden. You're hidden enough in the jungle there. To the left.
So yeah, I'll do the same, but just up a few yards from where
Roll
he entered.
your stealth as well then, Jack.
I did not. I got a 3.
You think you're hidden, but you're really
Very
not.
good. I have 2 throwing knives or daggers in my hands as I enter the woods.
Okay, and you hear a voice call out from the woods. Everybody can make language rolls. We'll make a languages check. See if any of you actually have learned this language in your time in the Caribbean.
2.
You rolled a 2. You have like a +3 in it though, don't you?
Yep.
So you got a 5 total?
Yep.
Just not quite enough.
I got a 1.
You need a 6 to succeed.
I failed.
5. I failed.
I also failed.
Okay.
Kill it!
So none of you speak the tribal language of the Carib people. And then you hear a repeat of the same thing.
I don't know what it wants. Should we shoot?
How many are there?
You only hear one voice. You can't see anybody.
Does it sound angry?
It sounds, yeah, it's kind of, not necessarily angry, but it's loud, it's authoritative.
Is there a way to, I guess, go towards it while still being in stealth?
You can certainly try, yeah. Give me, let's see, you're trying to look for somebody, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
also doing the same.
yeah, just roll wisdom checks to see for your perceptions.
It's the D. Oh,
So you're hidden, Clay.
yes, sir.
Sorry, Dom is hidden. Jack is not, although he thinks he is.
On the wisdom, I rolled a 20 with 11 in wisdom.
Oh, yeah, you don't see anything. It's so dark in here, you're like, I can't see a damn thing.
So I rolled a 6. My wisdom is 8. Is that a failure? I'm not
That's a
sure.
success. You see some shapes. You think you see, looks like there's about half a dozen bodies moving over there. Looks like they're hefting spears. They're dark. It's dark. It's hard to make out any definition, but it looks like you see about 6 people over there. And you can see as one of them throws a spear. I will roll an attack roll. At Jack. Let's see. That's going to miss. So Jack, as you step away from your tree and you're kind of trying to sneak forward and trying to look around, a spear whizzes by your head and sticks in the tree you just came out from behind.
All right, I see the direction it came from, so I'm going to continue to try and sneakily move in that direction.
Okay. And you hear the same sound again. The same word, repeated, loudly.
Did we see the spear get thrown as well?
No, but you heard it.
Jack, did they just throw something at you, Jack?
These primitive fuckers just threw a spear at me. You're going to pay for it, too.
All right, let's open fire.
I'm getting shot.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like hastily moving in that direction that they threw the spear.
Okay.
Could Dutch follow him?
You can move into the jungle if you wish. Yes, so you're going to move into the jungle. You're continuing towards the direction you think the spear came from, Jack. What about yourself? Are you still moving towards them, Dom?
Dom is low crawling after hearing that. Let's just shoot him. He'll
Yeah,
low crawl. Put his
Okay.
head in the ground, try to get close.
If Silvers had said that aloud to the point where I would have heard it, I would have like dropped and did a like crawl walk as well. As quick as I can.
Ron doesn't have a gun, do you?
I do not know.
No, I'm talking to Ronald.
Sling.
You're the only one with a gun at the moment that's not in the jungle there, Silvers. You going to fire?
I think Dutch has a gun too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I did buy the 2 guns, even though they were 50. I had 130 starting silver.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire.
I already drew 1, but yeah, if possible, I think I'd take. I'd follow Jack as he clumsly sauntered
You
into
get to the jungle, so you can make a perception check for me there, Justin, to see if you can see any shapes.
My wisdom is 11, and I rolled 11, so I might have failed.
No, you rolled 11. That's good enough. You think you can see some shapes over there? You think you see maybe where the targets are?
Well, yeah, if I can see them, then yeah I'll shoot with my first pistol.
You can make an attack roll. And you do not see them from where you are at the moment, Silvers. Do you want to fire anyway into the...
No, I'll move forward if he moves forward before I fire.
You can make a wisdom check for me then to see if you can spot him. What'd you get on your roll?
6 with a +2, so 8.
Okay, you fire, but yeah. Makes a loud noise, but you don't hit anything.
Ooh, I got it on the dot. 8.
Yep, you think you see the jumbled shapes in there.
How many shapes are there?
You see it looks like maybe 4 or 5, 6 maybe.
All right, screw using my pistol. I have the pistol up and I see the shapes and I lower it and pull my other hand out and point at them and I'm gonna cast Maleficence.
Right, and what is your Maleficent style again?
Fire.
Okay, so you're basically throwing a fireball at them. I imagine you want to do the area of effect.
Yeah, what it looks like is I summon this weird-looking gun in my left hand and then fire like a huge ball out of it.
Nice. And it's going to explode on contact in the area.
Yep.
In flames. So basically it'll hit like a 5-foot radius. And let me just see here. Maleficence. Okay, so they get to make a saving throw, I think, right? A saving throw for half, yeah. So I'll roll their saving throws. If you want to roll the damage, it's going to be 2d6 damage.
Yep.
That's your second spell of the day, so you don't have to make a saving throw.
That's 12. 2 6s.
You rolled 2 6s?
I did.
Okay, roll another die.
6 again.
Roll again.
3 6s. Oh, 5.
20 point damage.
Well, I didn't.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to bother rolling because even if they made their saves, they're going to die.
Dutch just looks at his gun. He looks at these guys erupt in the flame. He looks back at the gun.
Silvers blast this fireball into the, it's like a small ball, it's probably, maybe 6 inches in diameter that fires into the jungle, and then it hits right in the middle of this group of Carib natives and explodes in flame, and they scream and they catch on fire. A couple of them flail around for a few seconds before they fall to the ground, like burning to death. And the other few are just like practically melted right on the spot. You can see, fortunately, it's jungle. It's pretty wet. It's the flame's not going to spread too far, but some of the bushes and some of the trees are caught on fire.
Silver's gonna look at his. Silver looks at his hand and goes, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, I've never seen this spell from you before either. I think this is the first time you would have casted this in my presence.
You hear this childlike female giggling laughter coming from Silver's.
Yeah, I'm in the woods, but I could just barely hear that at a whisper from my location. And again, I get extremely like creeped out, and I hide behind a tree, no longer advancing towards what would have been the falls. I'm just trying to regather myself after seeing what I just seen, which was is night, and then I just see this plume of light erupt in the trees, and then the screaming of these dying men.
And
So yeah, I'm not going to run towards that any further. I'm going to stop where I am and just try to gather myself.
Dutch will kneel down in the path, and he swats mosquitoes that are biting his neck, and he just immediately starts to refill his pistol with his powder horn and shot.
Disregard the voice of the girl. It's not me speaking.
No shit, Sherlock. Okay. Yeah, it's all quiet again in the jungle. In fact, a lot more quiet. The sounds of even like the insects and the lizards and everything have like faded away.
Dom will return to the group, walking very slowly, a little shaky. Don't mind the mud. Don't mind the mud. And he takes his position. He's rather close to the flaming bodies.
Yeah, I'm going to approach now that it's quiet as well. I'm going to look to the bodies and see if they're wearing shoes or any type of footwear on their feet.
No, they're all very primitive. Maybe some kind of moccasins or something, but they're all burnt to a crisp at this stage. Nothing that they were having is of any value, especially after like burning and melting and stuff.
I'm not trying to steal their boots. I'm just trying to
primitive weapons and primitive clothing.
I'm trying to gather if we were following a trail earlier. Were we on a trail?
We were on a trail, yep.
Were there any barefooted footprints alongside our captain, or was he alone?
Oh, you weren't following a track.
Right. That's what I was wondering.
No.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and look for his tracks?
I would like to do so, yeah, just see if there was any. All right, so D6. I wrote 4, so no 6s.
Nope, no tracks.
Listen intently just to hear if we can hear any more commotion or.
No, it's like eerily quiet now.
All right, and, back to the trail with me.
Dutch is going to say to Ronald, looking him head to toe and saying, you've possibly, it's not my place to know, but you may not have killed a man before, and he'll take out his extra pistol and he'll hand it with the handle out. He'll say, maybe if one of these primitives gets up behind me, though, we could watch each other's backs a little better if you were holding on to this.
Aye. Thank you.
It's loaded.
He seems to be very happy. Oh,
I'd say so.
Thank
He got a pistol.
yeah, finally.
You guys continue north along the trail then after that? So after about another hour, you're going to be able to see lights up ahead. Even though it's now approaching dawn, you can see there's still some flames burning up ahead. And there's a clearing.
With me, Dom.
Yes.
Let us go ahead and see what's in front of us before we walk into a potential trap.
Are we going to try to communicate with them, or are we just going to kill them? He looks back at the burning bodies and takes a step a little further away.
You're ways away now. You don't see the burning bodies anymore.
Their actions will determine that, friend. But first we will get an understanding of how many we deal with.
I'll help the two of you speak with them, and I come up.
Well, I guess we're all going then.
Okay. So as you get closer, you can see, okay, and you'll hear voices. You'll see there are people moving about. It's a tribal village. They've got like mud shack like type houses kind of set up.
So I envision we're like veering in over a hilltop down into a valley with the village. Is that what we're doing?
No, there's no hill or anything. No, you're in the thick of the jungle. Even though you're on the trail, it's still thicker than the actual clearing where their village is set up. And you see there's a lot of movement around. There's the people are all awake and moving about and kind of mulling about, mostly in the center of their village. You can also see there is as you get closer, you'll be able to see there's sort of a chair in the middle with a man sitting in it, and the people seem to be kind of gathering around him, and they seem to be in a slight state of panic and revering this individual sitting in the chair in the middle.
You said you could communicate with these people. Silvers.
I can. I don't know if you'll like what I have to say, though.
Do you recognize the man?
You can get closer to get a better look at him.
Yeah, why not?
It's Bloody Tom Bledsoe.
Does he look healthy? Is he like being held there against his will?
He looks fine. He seems to be trying to calm the people. He's speaking to them in a language you don't understand, and yeah.
It would appear that the captain is more than we imagined.
It does appear so.
It looks like you're looking at about a couple dozen tribesmen in there with him. And actually, they're not all men. Tribespeople.
Well, it's your call, Jack.
Oh, even with their primitive weapons, spears and stones, they outnumber us to a degree that we will not get out of here alive. But there's one thing about primitive people. They're easily scared. And you, my friend, are quite scary.
Not even going to argue with him. So what you have in mind? I make a little display of magic?
If we can scare up a large percentage, half their numbers, let's say, then we'd at least have a fighting chance of getting to Tom and getting some answers.
I'll ask Dutch. I'm going to walk back and ask Dutch. What's the natural predator on this island? You've been here a while.
They got some giant-ass lizards that have been known to occasionally eat smaller men.
They got some large lizards, of course. Man-eaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Call them
So
dragons.
Make it extra large, will you?
Do I see any rocks? That's the first question.
I know. Is there a rock? I don't think I've ever heard that as often as this game.
You probably find some rock, yeah.
I need a lot of rock.
Oh, you might have to dig for that.
How much rock can I find if I search around? We'll say I spend 10 minutes.
You'll find a decent pile, say maybe 3 feet wide.
It's not enough. I could do something a little bit more dangerous.
Could you... I was on the... No, I wasn't. Never mind. I don't know. I have no history of that knowledge.
I could do what I was going to do to the Dutch ship.
What was that, friend?
Open up some winds of hell and blow it on them.
Your voodoo. I have no understanding, no recollection of the things you could do. I leave this to you. Be scary. Scare away the men.
You hear a shout coming.
Find a way for the captain to get here.
You'll hear a shout coming from the village. Silvers! Silvers, my boy, I know that's you!
Oh shit, he knows I'm here.
Probably can sense you. You have a way about you.
Which way is the wind blowing, Ian?
It is blowing, if you're facing the village, it's kind of blowing from your right to your left.
Okay.
East to west.
so I would have to.
Come on, Silvers, they won't hurt you.
All right, Jack. If we get to the east of the village, I can create a hell of a show.
Shall we listen to what he has to say first before
Jack, are you out there,
we
Jack?
release the hill?
Why don't we approach, get close to him, and kill him if we need to? Then you can do your big voodoo or...
Come on, you guys have scared my people half to death here.
Your people? What is he talking about, this man?
It's dangerous, Dom. I can't do it if we're close.
If we walk in and he turns his people against us, we will not get out of these woods alive. We will be worse off than our fallen comrade back at the doctor's house.
Come
But
on,
he does
lads, I'm
have-
sure this is just a misunderstanding.
We must go now if we're going to play along, or we must destroy him.
Very
By destroying
well,
him, we get no information.
Very well.
It's your call, Jack.
I step forward, step out of the clearing, or into the clearing and down towards the
Walk right
encampment.
up to the village? Okay. He'll be sitting there in his chair still, and he'll still have the couple of dozen of people gathered around him. They're all holding spears and looking quite nervous.
Captain, your people. I thought we were your people, Captain.
You're my crew.
So what? You do not look like these people. And I scan them up and down to see if there's any ethnic connection here.
Of course I don't. They don't think I'm one of them either. They think of me as a savior, or a god, if you will.
I laugh under my breath. God. These people are foolisher than I thought they were to think you God.
I bring them things, medicines and such, to help their ill. It's been a relationship we've had going on for years. I don't visit too often.
Like your son, Captain. Like your son.
Aha, you went and saw Magdalena, did you?
Yes, I fear I did. She did not have kind things to say about you, sir.
Well, I was hoping to keep you busy enough that you wouldn't follow me out here.
And the treasure, sir, where is it? Is it local? Is it nearby?
Which treasure?
Why we're here on this island to begin with?
We're here to get my map and my rudders.
Yes, do you have these things? The map, sir, do you have it?
Yes, I kept them buried out here.
Okay, should we be off then?
Well, the
Surely.
ship won't be ready for several days. And I'm still in the process of hiring crewmen. Have you been back to the ship?
No, we have not. We took care of our friend, who you paid handsomely to have healed and mended.
Of course, I owe that man a great deal. A great deal more. My people tell me you killed their scouting patrol.
Not until they threw spears at us.
Well, I should rephrase that. I know you didn't do it, Jack. It was Silvers. Where is he?
He's about here somewhere.
Hope he's not planning anything foolish.
No, never Silvers. Why would he do something foolish? He's an intelligent man. We just came out here to see what a lone individual coming into the woods was up to, and I see that you're rendezvousing with your friends. No harm in that. We will be off.
It's safer for me here than it is in town.
Yes, you have a few enemies there.
I'm a wanted man.
So why did you not invite us to come and spend time with these beautiful people in their beautiful village?
Well, I hoped to keep this a secret. I was hoping that you wouldn't find out about it at all, to be honest.
Yes, we all have our secrets, don't we, Captain?
Unfortunately, this place isn't as safe for me as it was yesterday.
And why is that? Because we are knowledgeable of your location, or its location?
Exactly.
We mean you no harm, Captain.
Don't you?
No. As long as you follow through with your promises of riches beyond our wildest dreams. The men are hungry, Captain. The men are tired. The men are without proper payment for their services rendered. You have left us desolate with no coin.
Go
No
back to
future.
the ship. You'll find it stocked with food and drink.
Will you be coming too, Captain, with your treasure map, or will you
I'll
be
be there.
relinquishing the ship?
I'll be there in 6 days, as was the deal. I'm a man of my word. Are
All
you
right,
a man
then.
of yours, Jack?
I am your first mate, as I was yesterday and the day before, Captain.
How many more people do you have out there hidden in the jungle?
Our recruiting has not went well. You left us with no coin. Men did not come to work for a poor pirate crew.
I told you I would take care of the recruiting, didn't I?
And where are your men, sir? Are they with the ship?
There should be a few more of them than there were yesterday, indeed. And there'll be more every day between now and the day we leave port.
I think I'll stay for a while, Captain, if you don't mind. Just sit and rest. It's been a long night staying with our friend as he's been operated on by that mad scientist back in town. My legs are weary, my eyes are burning. It is dark out. I think I will stay the night. Will you allow that? Me to stay with your friends? I am your first mate, after all.
He starts to talk in that tribal language again to the people. And they start to move around, and they kind of relax a little bit, but not really, you know. He says, yes, of course. We have plenty of food and drink here, although you find the drink probably not to your satisfaction compared to what you're used to on sea. So, how many are we putting up? Where are the rest? Surely you didn't come out here to kill me all by yourself, Jack, and he smiles.
No, my intent is not to kill you, sir.
Of course not. You're my loyal first mate. I forgot. Silvers, where are you? I know it was you who killed the scouting party.
Yeah, I'll reveal myself and start walking out.
You're coming from the east side of the camp, yeah?
Yeah. Of course you did. Who else could it be?
Well, I heard of the great ball of fire. I knew it wouldn't have been Jack. Who else is out there? Bring them in. Come on.
Dom will follow behind Silver,
And,
fresh himself up before he leaves.
and Dutch will match his step.
Come, lads. Come meet the god.
Ronald follows very slowly.
So these local individuals, what were they called? The tribe?
They're Carib people mostly.
The Caro people. They're all still wielding spears and stuff.
Yeah, but they're kind of setting about now, like they're
More at ease.
they're kind of prepping up some better campfires, kind of adding more wood to them, getting ready to cook some meat. Some of them are gathering about this. They're bringing out these drinks, which are in these like gourd-like things. These alcoholic drinks they bring in. They're kind of shitty. It's kind of like drinking wine coolers at a party. You know, when you're 30 years old, it's just not like not really what you'd expect, but you know, it's free. It's got booze in it.
You seem to have some history on this island, Captain. You never told me about your lady friend, your son, your connection to these people.
Jack, do you want to be my first mate or do you want to be my husband? Can't quite tell.
I'd just like to know the people that I trust and let them give you. You know my history, sir. I have left everything on the table for you.
Well,
Yet you're full of secrets.
a man is entitled to have his private life. Do you not agree? What do you think, Silvers? Would you bear your life and soul in front of every man you ever served with or served for?
No, I wouldn't. And
No.
truth be told, this isn't what I expected to find here when I came.
Man is entitled to certain secrets. But, anyway, here you are. You found what you found. My sanctuary. I take it Robert is being seen to?
He is.
Very good. Dr. Zed will look after him. If anyone can help him, he's the one. We should see to getting him back to the ship as soon as possible. It'd be good for him to get back to work. See for us what he's capable of and for himself as well. A man can take a terrible blow to his confidence after suffering such horrible injuries, I'm sure. As I said, I've already made the arrangements for the ship to be restocked with food and drink. Before the week is finished, she'll be fully fitted with cannons, extra shot.
Man of means, where did you come across these treasures, Captain?
I'm certainly not going to tell you, Jack.
Well, the man that we left in the bed below is hold some sum of money. I expect by code he will be paid accordingly.
I will pay him what I can, and he will receive the rest in due time. I will be able to pay Mr. Red 800 silvers by the week. I understand this is only half of what I owe him, but making up for it as best I can by providing him with a new hand. Is that to your satisfaction, Jack?
It is. I will rest and I will be on my way.
Well, I assume you haven't slept all night since it's near dawn and you're here now. Make yourselves comfortable. Have some food, drink. You may as well sleep here for the day. You'll be able to get back to the village sometime in the afternoon. I don't believe that the doctor will harm Robert.
I should hope not. You paid him well. You mean no harm to any of us. I will rest and I will venture forth in the morning. We will carry on as you asked us to. Sorry if we have shown our mistrust, but we are in a dire situation, sir.
You need not apologize to me.
Your missus, she did not speak fondly of you. She was in my ear. She made it seem as if you would be turning on us, leaving us here as you yourself went on to collect your treasure.
And if we spoke to any of your mistresses in any of your other various ports of call, do you think they would all speak fondly of you, Jack?
Probably not, but I do not have a bastard child in every port of call.
Huh,
You seem to have a lot of history with this woman. She was quite convincing in her distrust and dislike of you, sir.
Well, I knew she wouldn't be fond of me, but I didn't think she'd send you out to kill me, Jack.
Oh, she didn't send me to kill you. She just said that to be wary of you and your plans and how they did not necessarily coexist with our own.
Well, if you're satisfied now, I'm sure we can all get along just fine. And we can leave as planned in the week.
6 days by my calculation.
If you're not satisfied to carry on, feel free to say so, and I will pay you a parting fee, and we'll be done with it. Is that acceptable, Mr. Silvers? You wish to set sail for Kumana in 6 days?
Aye. Seems like you're making good by Robert, which is what concerns me.
If you're not happy with it, I'll give you 50 pieces of 8 today, and you can be on your way.
Nah, I think I'll stick it out.
What about you, Dom?
El Capitan, as long as the gold flows and I'm paid, my blade is yours. He smiles, he rubs his mustache.
And Ronald? It's up to you, son. You've been a loyal lad, always. But if you don't wish to travel with me any further, I understand. I'll pay you your $50, and you can be on your way.
If the others stay, I'll stay.
I don't know this gentleman.
So
Let
you
me
must be.
introduce.
So you must be Bloody Tom Bledsoe.
I am.
I'm Dutch. He holds out his hand.
Oh, nice to meet you, Dutch. I don't believe you are a member of my crew, so I don't feel that I owe you the same offer, but you're welcome to travel with us if you will.
Indeed, I am looking for work on a ship, and I just met your crew, and
Well, there'll be plenty of work.
Excellent.
We'll be setting sail in 6 days. We'll be heading to Spanish Main. We'll be looking to upgrade along the way. Once we have a full crew complement, I hope to set sail with 60 men aboard. Hopefully we will find a larger and more suitable vessel along the way, perhaps even a bit of booty. All depends on how the news fares over the next few days, but things are on the rise, Dutch. You've joined us at the right time. Jack, you
Yes,
going to stay aboard?
for the time being, yes.
Well, then get some sleep. In the afternoon, I expect you to go back to the ship and make sure all the pieces are arriving properly. Make sure everything's in place and that Houston's not robbing all the rum.
Very well. I'll make it so, Captain. The ship will be ready in 6 days.
Very well. Well, then, eat, drink, sleep. We have a lot of work set out for us. I know you got to go, Andrew. It's cool, man. Don't worry. I saw that message. Sorry, I didn't reply to it, but I'm wrapping this up now anyway. Robert the Red, you will come to around midday. You'll wake up in the operation room, lying on that table/bed kind of thing, and you'll be all alone. You have an excruciating pain in your left arm and your right arm. What do you do?
I get up. God damn it. Also, I have a hangover.
Yeah.
By the pits of Hades, what is going on? I look at my hand and my right arm. Well, the stump.
Yeah, the right arm's not there. The pain that you're feeling, it's like you look, but yeah, there's nothing there. So again, it's that phantom limb kind of thing going on.
Phantom limb syndrome, yeah.
On the left side, when you look, you'll see at the end of your arm, where your hand used to be, there is a large, it's like a ball that seems to be kind of gloved onto your forearm almost. But you can feel like a lot of pain in the forearm and a lot of pain in the muscle. And as you kind of flinch with the pain, you see these two hooks, which would be kind of like this on the end of the ball. And as you flinch with pain, they move in different ways.
Okay.
They are made of steel. They are extremely sharp and pointy.
Nice.
And although it will take you some time to learn how to use them properly, you will eventually be able to grasp and pick some things up with it.
I look at the two hooks and I'm just like, and I say, yes, I know what I'm gonna use that for.
Yeah.
And I like twitch and like my face contours slightly from the pain, but I'm just grinning, kind of like this whole endeavor with the mermaids has kind of, and everything that has been happening, it's kind of like my mind has been a little bit deteriorating. So.
Fingers don't do it any justice as a gesture either. That's just to show you kind of the positioning of them. But they're easily twice as long as anybody's fingers. They're probably at least 6 inches or so long.
So is it? Am I able to hold like a sword, for example?
Oh, I don't know about that necessarily, but they would function as a weapon themselves.
Oh, okay, that's good.
You would need a sword.
Could I Yeah, that's true. Could I hold a? Could I like lift some stuff with it if it has some kind of loop? Okay, good.
Yeah, you could even, like I said, you could even use it to kind of pinch, like a pincher type thing. You could grasp certain items. You could grab a sword with it and pick it up. I just don't know if you'd be able to swing it like a weapon. You know what I mean?
Well, it's unnecessary if I can just claw with that. Like,
yeah. You could definitely grab a sword with it and pick it up. It's just a matter of manipulating.
How much damage does it do? Like.
All weapons in the playtest do 1d8 damage.
Sweet.
Whether it's a dagger, a sling stone, a bullet from a gun, or.
Okay.
The only difference, depending on the size of it, we'll consider it a. We'll consider a minor weapon in case of armor. Or we'll consider it a medium weapon.
And then I just say, no longer will I be known as Robert Durant. I will be known as Claw Hand. Or better yet, just simply the Claw. There we go. That's my name.
Robert the Claw.
Yeah.
If you get up and move around the house a bit and shout enough, eventually the doctor, one of his servants will probably come to you actually first, and they'll offer you food and drink.
Also,
they'll probably offer you water. But
will I be also able to walk normally now, even though with the pain and everything? Just not.
Yeah,
I cannot
you can walk. You just can't run.
Yeah, that's fine. So I will have a slight.
By the time it's time to depart again, you'll be able to walk at normal speed.
Like I know a Rod is happy for that.
And you can spend the next 6 days learning how to manipulate things with your claw hand.
Sweet, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So it's pretty sweet.
Great. Well, that's gonna wrap up the session for now. That's your 1 day in Tortuga. It was a pretty eventful day, though. So I'm going to end the broadcast there, and we can carry on if anybody wants to talk afterwards. We can do so.